Hey, everybody. Apparently I say that every time, but it's just what I say. Hello, and welcome to a very special one-shot. We are playing a little bit of Heckna tonight, and specifically we're going to all be baddies. Well, everyone is a good guy or a bad guy, depending on their point of view. So tonight, our good guys are just going to be a little bad. Welcome to the special. It's a 5e actual play stream based around our Heckna campaign setting. It's an alternate way to play, so it doesn't spoil anything from the main campaign. So, but it is using all of the content that was created for Are We the Baddie supplement. So please check that out. Yeah, we'll tell you more about that soon. First, I'd like to mention that we do have a few content warnings. I'm not going to lean too hard onto the horror today, but definitely there will be descriptions of clowns. It is part of the setting. So maybe a little bit of body horror, but nothing too wild. Bugs and insects, and maybe a little bit of heights. Just in case anyone doesn't like descriptions of those, please take care of yourself. Take a break if the clowns are getting too much. I know that the clowns have gotten too much for me while helping write Heckna, so I can only imagine how other people might feel. So yeah, for tonight we've got a very special cast. So I'd like everyone to give all of their ears to them as they introduce themselves. Just hand over those ears. So we're gonna start with Drac. And Drac, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about your character.
Yeah, so I'm Draconics, or Drac for short. Use he, they pronouns. I'm going to be playing Kelrith, the Protector Azamar monk. Follows Way of the Scent Dragon, and is the only one that hasn't done any. What do you call it? Schnozzling?
We'll get more into the ways that you can use schnozzling as a verb in a little bit. They've got something to prove, is what Drac is saying. Next up around is Stella.
Hello. I'm Stella Luna. She, they pronouns. Today I'll be playing Song. He is a tabaxi druid and has a very special animal companion named Baby, who is a baby bear.
Very special for a lot of reasons. Next up, we've got Kelly.
Hello, my name is Kelly. My pronouns are they, them, and today I will be playing Hey You Bird, the Kenku wild magic sorcerer, and she wears a chicken costume because it is the most chaotic bird.
Perfect. Oh, that's why you're wearing a chicken costume. Okay, it's all coming together now.
Oh no, this is just what I wear.
Oh, okay, yeah, it looks cozy.
Every day.
Whatever. My shirt just says teeth. Over and over again, so I mean, what do I know? And lastly but not leastly, we've got Caitlin.
I am Caitlin, she, her, and I'm going to be playing Ripley, who is a halfling arcane trickster rogue.
Alrighty, I'm excited to get started. We've been playing this for a little bit, and it was been fun chatting with everybody. We got a few announcements that we have to do. I was asked to do these in my Heckna voice, but I put my clown shoe down and said that there's a better time and place to reveal my Heckna voice, and so I will save that for when the time is appropriate. He may show up to read the other announcements later in the stream. We'll see how annoyed everybody is. So that's my verbal apology to the crew. All right, so a few notes. The Fool's Gold Into the Bellowing Wilds Kickstarter campaign is in full swing. It's doing amazingly well. We're really excited about all the stretch goals we're hitting. A bunch of new minis just got unlocked, so please go ahead and check it out. If you think you've got what it takes to survive in a jungle where everything is trying to kill you. I certainly don't, but there might be some people out there who do. It's a 5e campaign based on the YouTube series from Dingo Doodles, and our lovely mods will toss that link up in the chat. And then speaking of Dingo, we're going to actually have Dingo's taking over our Hit Point Paints show, where on November 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then again on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, which I guess is 2 days later. Please check the chat for all the details of the specific things, because I botched this reading. But Dingo is taking over. Oh, sorry. There's two different things happening here. Dingo is taking over our stream to do some arts and goof around and talk about the campaign. That's on the 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on Thursday, our marketing bard, Allie, is back with more Fool's Gold minis to paint. So Allie is our marketing person, but she's also good at every single other thing that she's ever done, including painting minis. And so it's really fun to see them come together. And I think she'll be painting more Fool's Gold minis. Next up, don't forget to check out the Big Bad broadcast. Once a month, agents from the multiverse spanning organization, the Big Bad Bureau, go head to head with our biggest and baddest big bads. What a mouthful. In this ongoing actual play series. Catch the next episode on November 30th at 5 p.m. Eastern. No bones about it. Wink, wink. It's going to be a great time. That's your hint at the Big Bad if you know them well. And then last but not least, the Heckna Early Access PDF is available now on our website. It even includes the wicked music you're hearing in the background and the Are We the Baddies adventure we're playing tonight. It says here to brag about how I wrote it, and I did. So I decided that you needed a way to be one of the clowns, and so I wrote it myself. It also includes a Cosmic Jester patron, Warlock patron, if you want Heckna to be your patron, and a Ran Away to the Circus background, which a few of our players, I believe, are using tonight, if you voluntarily want to go to the circus. And of course, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please follow the channel and hit the reminder bell or whatever it's called, so that you can be updated when all these new shows are happening. Thank you so much for everybody who supported us so far. And I think we're ready to start the show. I think I called all of you Heckna's Hellions, right? I think I said that in the chat somewhere. A little background for those who may be new to the setting. The Revelia is a interdimensional traveling carnival that can show up in any town, anywhere, and lures. In the woods, you'll see the lights of the fair, and you'll get lured in by the smell of popcorn and those big pretzels and cotton candy and too many people, and you'll get lured in and find yourself just having a grand old time until you realize that every time you try and leave, you just end up back at the front door again. Maybe you didn't have a good enough time, and the management of the Revelia wants to make sure you go through at least one more time to see if we can get a few more laughs out of you before you go. But so the majority of the people at the Revelia are trapped there against their will. But we're not talking about those ding-dongs. We're talking about revelers, people who ran away from their day-to-day lives so that they could live at the circus and be part of Heckna's gang on purpose. Some of them had it forced upon them and just Stockholm Syndrome kicked in, and now you're all about it. And some of you are here voluntarily, which is unusual, but still, for some people, it just makes sense. And though rarely does any kind of organizational chart come together at the Revelia, occasionally jobs need to get done, and revelers are organized into loose groups that stick together until they have torn themselves apart. But while they're together, they get jobs done and stuff for Heckna, and that's where the Heckna's Hellions come in. You in particular have a very special job. You're sort of a welcoming committee for when no good, do-gooding heroes show up and start ruining everybody's fun. A hero is like a swear in the Revelia. A hero is someone who thinks that the things that are happening at the Revelia are somehow bad, or misaligned, or gross, or weird, or inappropriate, and that just doesn't stick. Not with Heckna, not with Heckna's Hellions, and not with most revelers. So every time a hero kicks down the door and says, "We're gonna save this place," that's when Heckna's Hellions are kind of summoned to just guide them out, if possible, or all the better, convert them to the cause. Where we're starting, you are at the tail end of cleaning up one of these heroic gangs, and 3 of you have already dealt with a hero each, converted a hero, and they're now at clown school, getting the proper training that they need so they understand how they can properly, have the best time. But one still remains, a righteous son of a gun by the name of Lord Goodson Two Shoes, a paladin in golden shining armor, who is really taking it on himself to cleanse, quote unquote, the fiery hell that is Revelia, the Revelia. He has ripped a stripe throughout your beloved carnival, and he's the final name to check off of your list. And so, as we start our story proper, the four of you are rolling up to he's your boss, he's your go-between between Heckna. His name is Chuckles Magoof. He's a little gnome, very laid back, lives up to his name, even though dealing with and organizing revelers is the worst job that you could ever ask for. It's like kindergartners. Oh no, we lost track.
Oh no.
We keep going, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. He's back again. There he is. Blue eyebrows intact. Excellent.
My internet is being real annoying. Okay.
I like while we were before, your mustache was flickering in and out of you too, the curly mustache. So if you can keep doing that, that was very entertaining to me. So welcome back. So the four of you are rolling up to office hours with Chuckles. His office is just a table at the food court, as close to the food as possible, because why not? He, like I said, he's just a little gnome who somehow has the patience of a million saints and is able to kind of corral and organize the revelers that he's been put in charge of. And Heckna's Hellions are no exception to the chaos that is sown by them. He has big Coke bottle bottom glasses and is munching on eating some meatloaf that has come from Bab's Meadery, who is one of the food truck owners, who is a big gnoll in red curly hair and a pink apron. Bab is known for her delicious, if dangerous, meals. He's like mid-bite when he sees you come up, and he says, "Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, I forgot we had a meeting." Yeah, and he's sputtering meatloaf all over the place. And he wipes his hands on his clothing, making an even bigger mess, pushes it off to the side, and says, "Yeah, sit down. We got a lot of important stuff to talk about today. We got to take down that paladin. The big guy's breathing down my neck." So as you sit down, I'd like each of you to introduce your character. How they sit, is it a cool way? I don't know. But also describe what they look like and give us a little bit of an idea of them. Do we want to? Who wants to start?
I'll start.
All right.
Before internet freaks out on me again.
Squeeze it in there.
First, I'm going to describe how I sit, because it's definitely very cool. He takes the seat and flips it around and sits on it backwards,
Nice.
obviously. And he's tall, about 6'1", 6'2", Azamar, dark-skinned, just the deepest blue eyebrows. Before he got tanned, his eyebrows were like a very normal color, but everything just seems to get exaggerated with him. His hair is more of like a baby blue, and is tied back in a tight ponytail. I think he probably has like a couple of scars, because though he definitely has whatever the equivalent of Stockholm syndrome is in this world, because I guess Stockholm probably doesn't exist here. He did definitely fight a little bit at the beginning, so you've got some remnant of scars of those earlier battles, but beautiful schnozzle. Am I saying that right?
A schnozzling, yeah.
A schnozzling, beautiful schnozzling, yeah. right in the center of his face. I think right now he's probably wearing he's like a fellow acrobat, not usually the main event, but one of the ones in the background. So he's got like a very extravagant, very colorful clothing, very flowy clothing as well, with a stick with some kind of like flammable liquid on top of it, like what fire blowers, kind of fire breathers in circus and carnivals use.
Some
they always
oil
have
or
strapped to his
something,
side. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Perfect.
And yeah, he's just sitting on the seat waiting for whatever their job is.
Right.
And probably trying to avoid eye contact as well, because he's fully aware that he hasn't pulled his weight recently. So yeah, trying to seem calm, but also not too calm, so that they know that yes, he's aware that he should be ashamed of the fact that he hasn't done anything useful yet.
Chuckles sees you trying to catch his eye and he's like, "It's fine, pal. It's fine. I really think this one's the one. A consolation prize." And he pushes the rest of the meatloaf over towards you in the little cardboard container.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm done with it. I mean, it never sits right with me.
Thanks. I'm honestly very hungry. Trying to chase after a rogue was hard, and then Ripley dealt with it. Anyway, let's go to eating.
All right, who's next? Who sits down? Cool. Who can beat Kelrith's sit down?
I can't beat it, but Ripley walks up, and she's a little halfling, probably average halfling height, so she kind of got to get her knee on the chair and will pop up and sits up on her knees so that she can see over the table, because I'm assuming these are humanoid sized things. She doesn't, if they're little booster seats, she doesn't like them, so she sits up on her knees. Ripley is just very, very pale, and she wears this red kind of, not kind of haphazard clowny red makeup on. She has long braided white hair, and she wears red goggles, and she is also an acrobat, so she kind of wears kind of tassely, flowy reds, oranges, browns, blacks, and kind of a little bit of deep purple over her kind of, I don't know, more tighter fitting clothes, but with all this dramatic stuff over the top. And she has a little knife that she kind of is always carrying around and pulls it out intermittently when she doesn't need to, pulls it out, puts it she fidgets with it, which is a dangerous fidget, but she's having a good time. I would say, I think Ripley probably is here on her own accord, so she doesn't have a schnozzling. I think she is just delighted to be involved.
Some people just want to watch the world burn, right?
Yes.
And this is a good place to do it.
And that is Ripley, but yes.
All right, excellent. All right. We've got two left. Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Sure.
So Hey You Bird is a Kenku, and she sort of arrived here because the Revelia popped up near her town, and she heard all the people talking, and it sort of all that noise at once really made her interested and pick up some more mimicry. When she arrived, everyone thought she was just incredibly agreeable because she would just repeat whatever people said, which really helped her rise in the ranks quickly. So no one really noticed that she didn't have a snozzling. She just sort of went along with what everyone was telling her to do, or saying the plan was, and thought that she was in on it because she kept repeating Heckna's plans and everyone else's plans. She's very short. She's about 4.5 feet tall. And she wears a chicken hood that is just incredibly dirty at this point. She has whatever she can find of things from the lost and found, a torn coat and whatnot. And her cool way of sitting is that she is now eating the meatloaf that was spilt on the floor when he was surprised. And she also carries around a really terrible megaphone that barely works, that is her arcane focus, because she is a wild magic sorcerer, and has two bones that are kind of carved into daggers strapped to her belt when she needs to get up close and personal, which is very rare.
Nice. All right, last but not least.
Yes. So when you pick up a cat and it's really long, it's the door kind of swings closed, and then a foot just kicks it open, and you see this kind of athletic, strapping young tabaxi man, and he is carrying a baby bear like a long cat, and the bear is just making this extremely difficult for him, and he looks like he's nervous, sweating. He has a calico sort of design with some spots on the sides of his face. He has golden eyes. He's wearing a loose tunic. And all of the weapons that are on him seem to be made out of wood and string. So he kind of lazily has a bow kind of strung over his chest. And he's just trying to drag this bear in. And he doesn't actually sit down. He puts the bear into one of the seats and pushes the chair in deliberately so the bear can't get out. So I imagine the bear is just kind of flailing its arms on the table. He just kind of nervously sits behind and's I'm here. You see a very large snozzling on him.
As Sung brings in, sorry, what's the bear's name again?
Baby.
Just baby. Okay.
Yep.
First name baby, last name bear. Got it.
Yes.
As you bring in baby, the food court is where everyone hangs out. You know, it's a food court. But it goes kind of weirdly quiet as you prop baby up against the table, and even Chuckles like shifts over on the picnic table a little bit. As and for everyone watching at home, this is the cutest, most adorable little bear that you will ever know. But everyone at the Revelia is just really put off by baby because there are no normal animals at the carnival at the Revelia, and baby is the first one a lot of them have seen in a long time. And Chuckles is like, that thing gives me the creeps, man. Why has it got so few eyes? You know, it's got to have at least double the limbs. You know, petting zoo's not going to accept this thing. It's a freak.
Yes, I forgot. And Song reaches into his bag and he pulls out a handmade hat. It's like a top hat and it has many little tiny eyes sewn into it. And he puts it on baby's head.
There is a sigh of relief from a bunch of the people in the food court. And everyone's like, oh. Chuckles like, oh, okay. Yeah. I can at least pretend it's normal looking now. Thank you. Thanks, Sung.
Yeah.
I don't know why you got tasked with taking care of this monstrosity, but you're doing a great job, I guess. I don't really understand it.
Thanks. And you can see him preemptively taking out a deflated animal balloon and giving it to baby to chew on while we have our meeting.
Adorable.
Ambient squeaking throughout this entire scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I know it's been a long week. All right. I know it's been tough for everybody. This crew has been running rampant, and you've done a great job. You brought in the rogue. You brought in the bard. You brought in that no good thieving wizard. But their boss is still at large. We got a paladin on the loose. Yeah. As he's talking, he's sweating like crazy, and there's this rolled up scroll on the table beside him that seems to have like a murmuring voice coming from it, like like something's almost trapped on inside of this paper. And he like pushes it to the side just a little bit, and sweatily is still talking and still going rambling on about the paladin, and says, look, we really got to figure this out, all right? We really got to bring him in. He's a real bruiser. He's going to look real good, with the jawbreakers, but we got to get the nose on him. And he reaches over and he pulls out the last of the super schnozzlings. It's like the regular schnozzling on steroids, and then it's in this candied coating, like brittle candy coating. And you've used it 3 times before. You have to get whoever you want to convert unconscious, and then just smash the schnozzling into their face, much like a pie, or much like a pie. And so he pushes this super schnozzling frozen in time and space in this candy coating, and it's big. It's like a melon size, and it's just sort of, you can see a couple of its legs just twitching in their stasis. Candy stasis. The scroll somehow just starts getting louder and louder, and you can see it like moving around. And he's like, I'm sorry about this. I told him I could run the meeting myself, but he's mad. Like he wants to see the job done, so he wanted to talk to you about it himself. Okay,
Wait,
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, he's gone over my head, but it's fine. He's in the poster. He can't hurt you much anyway. Okay, are you ready? It doesn't matter.
No,
and he like reaches and he
okay.
undoes the poster, and it just like floats up into the air, and it has a perfect sepia tone drawing of Heckna himself on it. And these things are all over the Revelia, and it's how Heckna can spy on and communicate and generally harass anybody that he wants to. But this one is floating up in the air, and the look on Heckna's face, which is a moving picture, is the kind of like disappointed smile, if that's a thing that you can imagine. He's trying to make nice. And his eyes flit over to Chuckles, and he says, float me in front of your face. And then I want you to gesticulate for me, since my body isn't here, all right? And Chuckles like grabs the poster and floats it over in front of his own face, and then just starts doing arm gestures that don't link up to what Heckna is saying at all. And Heckna grins and says, "So how we doing? How you feeling about today's task?
Very good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we got
We're gonna come to you last, Kilrith.
Okay.
I got a minute, the meeting's minutes here that we're gonna go over, you know, in a particular order. Ripley, I gotta say, taking down that sneakers, say, you know, rogue on rogue action. It's gonna play well. We're gonna bring it back at the big top as kind of a show. Once sneakers is done, her conversion.
I'm in. I'm down.
Yeah, no, your name's on the. I mean, you don't have a choice, so you're gonna do it. Hey, you bird.
Hey, you bird.
What is your name? It doesn't matter. I think Arachne owes you a few favors, because that where Spider had his webbing in such a knot over that bard.
Silver Tongue.
That's the one, yeah.
Do you know who I
like
am? I'll never join you. My name is Slick Silvertongue. What is that? Ow.
That's amazing. You
That's
sound just
amazing.
like him. Now you sound just like me. There's only one Heckna, so keep your beak shut.
Hey, you bird.
Perfect. And Sung, your weird little creature seems to be doing all right.
Yeah. I just want to say that baby assisted in taking down Professor Augustus von Splatz.
Oh, there's hope for this creature yet. Was it violent? Did they tear out some insides and put them on the outsides?
Song looks down at the incessant squeaking, just like little tiny bear teeth just like tearing into it. Yes, of course.
Heckna looks at baby like he's not buying it. Says, "All right, I'll have to stop by and see them in action."
Okay.
Now, Kelrith.
Yes.
I had high hopes for you, my friend.
Mm.
High hopes, top of the big top hopes. You could swing a stick around with the best of them. Spit fire everywhere, that's real circus stuff, I gotta say. It's almost uncannily circusy, considering your performance. But, you know what? I think this big guy's yours. I smell it.
I'll get him. I'll make sure I get him, and it'll be incredible. We can make that a show, just like Ripley and the Rogue and Rogue action. That could be like a follow-up act after that with how I'm going to take down the paladin.
Don't get ahead of yourself there,
Okay,
kiddo.
yeah. Okay.
Scheduling is difficult. There's spreadsheets. It's incredibly
spreadsheets.
complicated. Yeah, lists and things.
This
So
is what.
no. We'll find a spot for you somewhere. Assuming you can prove yourself, and don't die. So, yes, this paladin, he's not one of the fun ones. Okay, he's whatever the opposite of fun is, boring. And I need you to take him down. Could you, Bird? Can you stop doing that, please?
Stop doing that, please.
No.
No.
I hate it. Yes, he needs to. I want to up the stakes a little, so you understand exactly how important it is that you bring this walking tin can down. All right. If you don't do it in a timely manner and convert him so that he works for me, then you're all gonna die.
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
So
no.
I'll let Chuckles take it from here. I don't have time for questions. Just to recap, though. Take down the paladin or you're dead.
Take down the paladin or you're dead.
You heard it here first. And then there second. Okay, roll me up again, Magoof. And Heckna, the Chuckles rolls up the scroll. And then it settles down.
As we really need to do this. I'm very sorry I haven't been performing great lately. But I will put my weight this time. But also, I don't want to die, and I feel like Heckna kind of imply that we're gonna die. So I would really appreciate everyone's help with this.
As Chuckles has put down the scroll, you see that his face is just completely pale. He has clown makeup on, obviously, but you can still see underneath just like a haunted pallor on his face. And he says, "Well, that went. That went quickly, at least."
It felt like time was being stretched for me.
Yeah, he really tore into you.
I would like to not get killed because I have just been offered a show to have. So I would like to not die. Please and thank you.
Oh yeah, we all got lots of stuff to do before we kick the bucket. I mean, you guys are the best. So, and I've got a lead.
Oh, perfect, please.
Yeah,
Lead?
yeah. No, I haven't just been sitting here eating all the time. I've also been sitting here eating all the time and having people come and like tell me stuff. And I got some good news. So we know that Two Shoes, Lord Goodson Two Shoes, he's got a couple of buddies with him. His nursemaid, nurse nanny, priest, and that really shaky looking squire of his. They're AWOL, unfortunately. But there was a third person that followed him in. His brother, Bradston Two Shoes. Anyway, the Jawbreakers managed to actually capture one. Sean's got one down at the security. So, Two Shoes is tough, but Bradston is mean. So, anyway, you head down to the security building. Maybe you can get some answers out of Big Brother, and maybe he'll let you know where Little Brother went. So, lead.
It's better than nothing.
Can I stab him?
Can you stab Bradston?
Yes.
I mean, we're pro stabbing around here at the Revelia, so
Okay,
it really.
let's go.
As
She
long
gets
as they
down off her
deserve
chair.
it.
She starts walking.
Okay. I'm gonna catch up because if she gets the lead and deals with this before I do,
Yeah.
I feel like it's not gonna look great.
Poke him a little bit. Poke him a little bit. See if any information falls out, and then kill him if you want.
Oh,
Hey
okay.
Bird is gonna start following Ripley and be like, "What are you gonna do? Stab me? Ow! You stabbed me."
Exactly. She kind of points her knife at you a little bit, but she doesn't actually poke you with it.
Ow!
It didn't even get you that time.
What are you gonna do?
That was actually a very uncanny impression of the rogue. That's actually great.
So, the security building, like I said, there is no real organizational structure to the Revelia, but there are some people who have tasks that they're supposed to kind of keep an eye on, and there is a security of some form. Most of the Revelia's like toughs are the Jawbreakers, which are kind of teenage-looking humanoids that just are formed into a bunch of different cliques that kind of just cause problems. And they're kids. They have the attitudes of the kids that have been given too much power, and it's exactly what you would expect. Speckled all over the Revelia are their outhouse-shaped security offices that function as both things. Although the Jawbreakers see it as a sign of disrespect to use it while they're on a case, of course. But the security building is more like a big camp cabin, that would have a dozen bunk beds in it and that kind of stuff. And there is a pair of polka dot underwear on a flagpole that indicates, of course, the security. And out front, or along the side, I should say, are all these sort of open air jail cells, brigs that they occasionally, when someone needs to dry out or is behaving awfully, they get thrown into there by the Jawbreakers. And as you approach, you see a dozen or so Jawbreakers formed in a circle around one of these jail cells, and inside is the most brawny, brooding, dark-haired individual that is like grabbing onto the jail cell and just snarling like at the jawbreakers that are taunting him. A lot of them have 10-foot poles that they're poking into the thing, and sort of spitting and making passing comments about how easily they could take him. And you don't need insight checks to know that they're all full of crap as you approach. Right, and they're led by a jawbreaker by the name of Sean Smith. Just a regular old name. He has a homemade tin badge that he appointed himself leader of the security building, and he has like this wooden sword hanging off of his belt, and swaggers over to you and is like, "Yeah, we got a real mean one, real tough guy. At least he thinks he is."
Yeah, I can see that. Have you got anything out of him yet?
Did you come to get rid of him?
Not yet.
Can I stab him?
That Ripley already called that, but you just said it in Ripley's voice. I'm assuming yes, we're gonna eventually stab him.
Hey, you can
do
also
you wanna do
stab
anything?
if she would like.
Would like.
Sean, would you like to do anything before we end him? We're gonna ask him questions obviously first, but
Yeah, yeah, questions, please. Yeah, questions.
okay.
Goes into swagger mode again. He's like, clear the way. We got the Heckna's Hellions coming through here. And the jawbreakers all kind of look at you, a lot of stink faces and flipping of the bird and, regular friendly teenage things. Bradson is still kind of growling at everybody. And then locks eyes with, who's the biggest amongst you? I guess Kellerith is maybe...
Yeah.
Kellerith and Sung
You're
are sort of the
tallest.
toughest,
I don't know if
the
I'm
toughest looking, yeah.
Yeah.
And says, "Oh, what's this? Tough Brigade coming to rough me up, huh? Innocent man behind bars? Don't nod your head. You come in here with me, Pipsqueak."
I honestly, if she did that, you would be the one in trouble. So honestly, you're probably safer on the other side.
Bradson looks at you like, let's agree to disagree on that one.
Okay, I mean, Sneakers probably found out pretty quickly that if they disagree with me, when it comes to that one, they'd be terribly wrong. Right? Hey, you. What was it that Sneakers said? Nothing. Okay, cool. Wherever.
What are you gonna do? Stab me? Ow! You stabbed me.
Sneakers.
Famous
after
last
running
words.
into Ripley.
So you pass along this idle threat, Kellerith, and Bradson's got a serious look on his face, and then he just starts to chuckle. You think that I give a damn about that motley crew that my brother rolled with? They could all sink to the bottom of a bay for all I care. I'm here for my brother.
Why are you here for your brother? Are you not on good terms, or? Because if you're not on good terms, we have a deal for you.
Not on good terms. He stole my birthright. I should be Lord Two Shoes. I'm the older brother. Stronger, smarter. Sure, I got anger issues, but who doesn't?
Yeah, no, you're right. Who doesn't? But I think we can help you out with that.
Lead
We're
me to
looking
him.
for. Oh, I mean, we can do that. We can get our hands dirty. We're really good at that. But we just need to know where your brother would be. What kind of parts of the circus you think would be at? No?
You get me out of here first. All these weenies have been keeping me in here for the past day and a half. And the food that they sent me, I think it's a hot dog, but it ran away when I wasn't looking.
Oh,
You have to be
no.
quick with those hot dogs, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's a
learned
rookie
lesson
mistake.
learned. Fun was okay.
Well,
Yeah, no, you got to get me out of here before I'm going to say both
I'm
people
really
that
sorry,
where Goodson
but-
is.
but we can't let you out. If you tell us where Goodson is, then we can possibly consider letting you out. But if you
Bunch of
don't, we'll just have to
turkeys.
kill you. Turkeys?
But you're a bunch of turkeys. that are all still scared of the real Lord Two Shoes. Talk to me when you want to make a deal. And he leans back, and you see him pick up a half of a bun, empty of its hot dog, and put it in his mouth.
Tongue will poke Kelrith. Hey, can I try?
Yeah, you're a lot better with your
Okay.
words than I am.
Tongue basically like rolls out his shoulders. He picks up Baby and he faces Baby at the prisoner, and at the same time would like to cast a spell.
Mm-hmm.
If that's okay. I want to cast Charm Person.
Alrighty, what do we need? That is a wisdom save.
Have to beat a 12.
Alright, let's see how Bradson Two Shoes does. Wow. Got a 4. Not the wisest, I guess. So as you approach with Baby, his face softens, and he says, "Is that an actual bear?
Yes.
Wow. Have you seen the things they think are animals around here?
Yes.
So, this is cute in comparison. I mean, my left ass cheek is cute in comparison, but this is actually cute.
Well,
What's your name?
my name is Hung. I'm a Beastmaster.
Well, Sung the Beastmaster, you're gonna break me out of here?
Can't do that. But Baby here, and kind of like wiggles the bear a bit, took out Professor Augustus von Splatz. So,
That's a weenie. That's a king weenie amongst all the weenies around here. That's nothing to brag about.
well, listen, I've got an idea. If we take out your brother, then you have no competition. They have no choice. By default, you have your birthright. It's just mathematics.
And I expect you to do a good job.
Yeah, I can do it.
Sung, make a persuasion check, please. You can do it with advantage because of the charm person.
Okay, persuasion +0. That is a 17.
Clearly the talker.
17 and a 12.
Bradson reaches out through the bars, past Baby, kind of just tucks like a very meaty finger into your collar and pulls you right up towards the thing, and the thing, and he says, "Fine. You get rid of him. You come back and get me. All right."
Do you want us to like bring back a head or something?
Ugh, no, just roll him up in a carpet and put him in the nearest river, for all I care.
Okay.
But when you do stick him with this. And he like reaches down into his boot. And he pulls out this silver dagger with the 2 shoes, this like monogram T on it. And he looks like he's gonna lunge towards you, and then he flips it in his hand, and puts the pummel in your hand.
I think as like Sung reaches for it, I think Baby's hands kind of like go to try to grab it, and he's just like holding it out the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing's got the murderous spirit. You gotta keep an eye on that. Yeah.
Right.
You make sure that he gets stuck with this, and tell him Big Brother sent you.
Okay, I can do that.
Also tell him he's crappy. Tell him he's never had any friends. Our parents just paid for them all.
Okay. I might not remember all that, but I'll try.
He's ugly too. He didn't get any of the family looks.
It's not very nice. All right. Okay.
You're going to be about to stab him. You could probably be a little mean.
Okay. And he's kind of like holding the dagger out vaguely towards someone else to take it.
Oh, Ripley jumps up and grabs it for sure.
Yeah.
So the dagger gleams in your hand, Ripley, and it's a +2 magic dagger. So there's
Whoa. I thought it was just him being symbolic about wanting to stab it with a family crest. That's very fun.
It's +2 paladin stabber. No,
I'm gonna put it in my notes as that.
Okay.
I love that. Paladin stabber.
I'm gonna. slowly walk up, not within arm's reach of the cage, and hold up the megaphone, and just like squeak into it and cast Mage Hand and just poke him in the eyes.
All right, I'll roll a dex save for him to see if he gets out of there. What's your spell save DC? Oh my
17 or 15, sorry.
god. Bradston, two shoes, you stink. You got an 8.
Yeah, just like Three Stooges style, like poke right in the eye.
Yeah. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah.
Face.
He's just like, why are you doing this? Come on, I'm gonna give you the information.
Okay, now that we have the we have the knife. Where can we find him? You said.
Everyone around, all the jawbreakers are starting to have been creeping in around you all to try and like get an earful of what Bradson's about to say.
Ripley whips around. I was Ripley whips around and like hisses at them with she's got 2 daggers now.
Yeah, they kind of give you like the side eye, but then Bradson goes, "Boo!" and they all just like back up, and start running in different directions.
That's fun.
My brother's always wanted to slay a dragon, but since you don't have anything like that around, he went for the next best thing. And all of you blank a little bit because you realize the biggest monster here is one of Heckna's pets. Heckna has 2 pets: Snout, the big clown nose spider monster that is the originator of all schnozzlings. And when I say big, I mean disgustingly huge. And then the other is Myrmidon, who is a ball pit, who lives in a ball pit and is a antlion type creature whose ball pit eggs also give birth to the delicious popcorn swarms that wander the streets of the streets of the Revelia everywhere.
Of course.
But you're blanching for 2 reasons. 1, no one likes dealing with the pets; they're really dangerous. And 2, if they get hurt, Heckna loses his crap.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. Bradson says, "What, you care about this thing?"
Oh no. I just want to stay alive, and if anything happens to this thing, chances are no one. Heckna really loves their pets.
Well, luckily Goodson doesn't have any real applicable skills. He learned everything from books, so I'm pretty sure your pal's not dead, but that's where he was heading, somewhere called the Naughty Corner. I don't know. The Naughty Corner, there are 2 places where a pet can be found in the Revelia. One is in the funhouse in the what's called the good place, where the favored pet gets to stay and has a real beautiful lair. And then there's the Naughty Corner, which is actually not too far from the food court. That is just it's a storage room, a storage basement with a glass ceiling on top, so that everyone can come and throw tomatoes and taunt the poor unloved pet that's currently in there. And the current pet that is in there is one Myrmidon.
I'm gonna turn to the group and say, "Don't let anything happen to Myrmidon. You're all dead."
Yeah, I remember that. That's actually the first meeting we had when I came. Okay. Okay, we got information. Does anyone want to stab him or like
Stab?
What? And he's like backs up. He's like, "I helped you out."
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us really said that we're going to keep our side of the deal. Did we? I don't think I remember.
I don't think I
saying
ever
that.
promised to not stab you. I just want to like get him in the thigh really quick. Not like a full stab, just like a yeah, like maybe just like rip his pants a little bit.
Well, I'm sorry, but I have to refuse. And he backs up to the back, out of reach.
No.
She sticks her little arm through. She definitely can't reach him. She's like, like her face up against the bar.
How far away is he right now?
It's about 10 feet deep.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, what are you gonna do? Go for it.
I was gonna say like he's Carrie's gonna go to the bars, kind of push his face against it, and just say, "I don't think that's far enough." And pull out the stick, and put it in front of his face and blow. And I'm gonna use a dragon breath weapon. And we have to make a dex save. As just a ray of frost.
Oh my God.
Fellows out of his mouth.
How's a 17 do?
I think that saves. Let me check
So
real quick.
half damage, I imagine.
I believe so. Yes, half damage.
All right, go ahead and roll. We're not in combat right now, but so I'm not going unless you're going to start a fight with a caged man.
Six cold damage. I blow a beam of
Yeah.
ice at him.
So there is a roar of a winter storm as he is blown back against the wall, and when the snow settles, you see that all of his hair, which was very perfectly coiffed, is now frozen back in jagged points, and part of him is stuck to the metal wall of the security building behind him.
Oh, that's a good look.
You look good. I think frosted tips are back in.
Yeah.
He can only reply with,
Hey now, chill out.
That was a good one. I'm going to use that
That's-
next time. I'm going to use that one.
You
next
hear
time.
his eyebrows, the frozen eyebrows, crack into like an angry, a mean mug at you. Hey, you bird. You go by hey, you with your friends, yeah?
Yeah, but
I recall.
Heckna's not allowed to hear that.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like he's listening anyway. All right, so you've got a destination to go. Back to where you came from. The food court. The naughty corner is just a few steps away from the food court because people like to go and bring their lunches and look at the poor sad creature that Heckna doesn't like and boo and heckle them. And I imagine there'd be some urgency in your step because if something, like I said, if something bad happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So you arrive.
I was gonna say on the way through the food court, Hey You Bird is going to flop down in like the stickiest part of the food court and start rolling around to cast mage armor on herself, to just get like popcorn and different candy stuck to her.
Oh my god, that is so good.
Wow.
Various foods with little insect legs all are wiggling on you as they're stuck to you. But it's definitely a candy coating, very strong, very strong. Yeah. No one bats an eye at the Kenku rolling around in the candy muck. Couple of children of the candy corn who are exactly what you might imagine, tiny little people that wear these very terrifying porcelain masks of grinning child faces. They're like, ha, this is fun, and then they jump into the pile of stickiness with you and roll around as well.
Fun.
So you rush towards the naughty corner, and as I said, Myrmidon, the large insectoid antlion type creature, is the one that is currently there. And when you get there, you see it thrashing about down in the glass. It has a massive sword stab wound in its side, and nasty candy ichor is bleeding out of the side of it. One of its main hunting features is this disturbing fake kid puppet on the end of a tendril that it can send out. When it's hidden down in the ball pit, it's to lure someone in, thinking a kid is trapped. It doesn't work on all of you, of course, because you know its trick. And right now, that weird little puppet limb is like flailing around wildly. It's roaring, its wings rubbing against each other and clicking. And then you see, huddled in a corner, is a reveler. No one of any rank like you, but someone who lives and hangs out at the Revelia has fallen in or been pushed in, more likely. And they look like they are going to be Myrmidon's next lunch. They also look like they might be the only person who saw what happened.
How
You
far
see,
down?
the glass is flush with the ground, like the earth kind of thing. And then there is an entrance that only the food court people have that actually goes underground and into it. But conveniently, the glass is shattered in one corner, and there is a 20-foot drop down in order to get into the room.
Ripley walks up as we see this. Ripley has rope. Ripley has rope, and she'll like try to like. She has a bunch of things like dangling from like her sides, and she pulls out like her 50-foot of hempen rope and hands one end to one of her tall friends. She does not have the strength to help anybody. She's gonna toss it down into the corner.
Well, I think we can tie it somewhere because I'm not very strong. Also, I can just jump down.
Okay, well, do you want to get your headbed off too?
No, that's a good point. Okay, I'm gonna find a place to tie it. I'm just gonna go find a place to tie the rope because he is not very strong.
Yeah.
All right. I think for the purposes of this, I'll get everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
Because
Ooh.
Myrmidon is in a state. You will need to. You might be in a sticky situation, I guess. Since we're going with that.
Question: would you consider an initiative an ability check?
I think technically it is, right?
I think so. Yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
going to use Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage.
Yay!
Oh yeah. Oh,
You'll have to
no.
remind me. You'll have to remind me of how all of that stuff works.
The next time I cast a spell, you can just have me roll on a wild magic table.
Okay. And I will. All right. Can I get everyone's initiative rolls, please?
Very bad. Oh, sorry.
Mine's 13.
7.
Sorry. Hey Bird is 13. Ripley, you are 7.
Also 7, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Sun was 7 as well.
Yes.
I was 21.
Whoa! Speedy.
I'm not very strong, but I'm very dexterous.
All right.
Normally, I just rolled a 2.
Ooh.
Okay, top of the round is Kellerith. So yes, some rope has been tied and lowered down into the pit. Nothing is easy. So obviously the Reveler is on the other side, the kitty corner to where you need where. So currently Myrmidon is facing them, thrashing about, waving the weird child puppet in its face, and looks like it's getting ready to lunge. What would you like to do, Kellerith?
So after I've tied it, I'm gonna run to the place where the cracked corner is. I'm just gonna jump down, because I got slow fall anyway, so it's gonna deal with the damage.
Okay.
So I jump down and you kind of see he's an Azamar, so whenever he's falling, his wings kind of erupt from his back, and his wings look like basically balloons. They're like balloon like wings. Someone made a balloon and just the wings of them, and they erupt out of his back, and he slowly glides down and lands. I'm assuming behind this this beast because it is looking at the Reveler in the other corner. And he is going to run. He's going to try and pull the sword out of its side. Is it in its side or on top? What's he looking at?
It's just a wound. It's the sword isn't
Oh,
there.
okay. So it's
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just bleeding considerably, or whatever its equivalent of blood is.
Okay.
Cotton candy sauce of some kind is coming out of the side of it.
I'm going to try and get his attention then. I'm going to be like, hey over here. Hey, calm down. Everything's okay. I want to slowly approach it and be like, hey, you recognize me. I haven't thrown anything at you. I'm the one person that hasn't thrown anything at you. We're on good terms, right? I'm a friendly face. I'm going to try and calm it down.
So as you move forward, you start to step onto the ball pit itself, which fills up a sunken area down on the bottom. And I'll need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Crap. Okay. I mean, my dex is pretty good. My dex is good.
Yeah.
17.
All right. There's a moment where your feet kind of slip out from underneath you and you look like you might fall, but then you stabilize yourselves and you are light enough on your feet, at least, that you kind of can sit on top, but you know that if you're not careful, you can start sinking into the ball pit. And this one doesn't have a bottom, so
Okay.
it's something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
All right, so now give me either an animal handling or persuasion roll, please.
Okay.
Whatever you want to use.
I'm going to go persuasion.
Persuasion will be a little harder because it doesn't quite understand you, right? But
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so that's it might be enough, but I want to try another one. So it's going to be persuasion. My first roll was a 16, but I have an ability that lets me re-roll. It's called discipline. No, sorry, it's called draconic presence. So as he's talking, you kind of see from his shoulders wisps of, I think, flames this time, kind of forming to the shape of a dragon's head on him, and his voice comes out of it, and it sounds much more soothing than his usual. Like he's kind of has a fairly kind of raspy voice, but it's a lot more soothing as it comes out as I reroll this, just in case I get higher. I did. I got a nat 20. So that's a 22 persuasion as I'm slowly approaching them.
So we'll see what it does on its turn, but I will say that the puppet that is like harassing the weird organic puppet that is harassing the reveler snaps around, its arms like wobbling at its side, and it's like looks your way over the shoulder equivalent of the Myrmidon. Okay. You seem to have gotten its attention. All right. Hey, you bird. It's your turn.
How far away did you say the reveler was?
This room is about, this room is fairly small. It's about 30 feet by 30 foot, and it's kitty corner. So the entrance in is on one corner, and then the reveler is up in the corner inside on the other side. So whatever high school math of distance is from corner to corner on that particular triangle, I don't know what it is. 35, 40 feet away, something like that.
All right, I'm going to first cast invisibility on myself.
Mm-hmm. That's your action, yeah?
Yep, and that is a spell. Just
Yep.
FYI.
Oh yeah, roll on the wild magic.
Let's see, D100. That would be a 72, which let's consult the chart, shall we? I gain resistance to all damage for the next minute. Perfect.
That's perfect.
Wow.
As you have been walking and dealing and getting ready to do what you're about to do, more and more candy has just been like gathering on you, and now a bunch of revelers and children of the candy corn have just started hucking it at you, and seeing what they could stick. And so as you go invisible, you feel like you're wearing plate mail. Like there's just like candy, you're candy coated to the beak, and yeah, you're resistant to all damage.
And I am going to slide down, because if I take damage, invisibility goes away, right? Yeah. A creature
I
touches.
believe so.
I know.
Actually, I'm not sure.
It's if you
I think
use an
it's only
ability.
Okay.
Yeah, if
then
you
I'm
attack,
just gonna,
yeah.
I'm just gonna like comedically fall into the hole.
You could slide on the rope if you wanted.
Yeah, but this is funny.
That's fair. That's fair.
This is more chaotic. So I'm
Yes,
just
good.
like,
Excellent.
I turn invisible, I jump into the hole, and I start flapping my arms.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
This is +0, y'all. Ugh! Oh, sorry. I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos again to give myself advantage.
So you just keep flipping the wild surge on.
When
is
you
basically what's
trigger it, I get it back. So that's a 17.
happening. Oh, okay. You do a classic tumble and land on your feet. It's probably the first time you've ever successfully done it, but you're invisible, so no one gets to see.
Yeah, I pose heroically until I realize no one's looking.
Yeah, some T-posing goes unseen.
Then I'll start scurrying towards the reveler.
All right, I think most of your movement was taken up dropping down, I think, but yeah, you're in position to do that on your next turn.
Perfect.
All right, Ripley, you're up.
Oh, good golly. Okay, so this is the only area where there's open top where the glass is broken?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless you smash more glass, but that's a bigger problem.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't think I'm strong enough to do that. Oh, good golly.
You gotta believe in yourself, Rippers.
I know. The creature, the pet, it doesn't understand common, does it?
It seems to have understood whatever Kellerith said to
Oh,
it.
really? Okay.
But you're not sure if it was just because Kellerith was making a bunch of noise.
Noise, that's fair. Okay.
To the best of your knowledge, as someone who lives with the Revelia, you don't think either of the pets speak.
That's
speak
fair.
anything.
Okay. Oh my goodness. I don't want to hurt it again because that's the opposite of what we're trying to do. But, okay, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand. I'm gonna take a page out of Hey You's book. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and I want to poke it in the eyes. I want to distract it while my friends get the little guy out.
All right, so I think you could realistically go to the other side of the glass and get closer to where its face is and just
Yes.
cast Mage Hand on the other side of the glass.
Yes.
And sure, I'll roll a dex save for I'll pick a handful of Myrmidon's eyes and roll a dex save for them. Where'd my stat block go? All right. Well, not a very dexterous friend. We'll
He's a big
see.
guy. He's big and strong.
I was gonna roll an 18. What is your spell save DC?
Spell save is probably not gonna cut it. What is my spell save? Oh, 11.
Right. So the Mage Hand, which I assume all of you only ever form it into this, flies
or
down.
this. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flies down and like just lines up to stab into the eyes, but then the eyes kind of like shift out of the way, and it goes just hits the chitinous armor, and then the little puppet swings back around, and its arms just do this, the Mage Hand, to try
The
and
mage hand
fight
is a
it up.
back.
Yeah. Very effective turn, Ripley. Very effective turn.
Oh, nailed it. Got it.
Yeah. What was your goal? Just so I can understand what the heck you were trying to do.
It's okay. She can't do anything. Like if she goes down there, like it's not gonna be good. So she was just trying to hold its attention. Was really all like if she could like get it
All right.
like focused on the mage hand or like whatever. But
In a way, then this was a success because the puppet is definitely back to look at to bother with the Mage Hand.
Yeah.
All right, Sung.
Okay. So looking at this ball pit, do I get the sense that it would be easier to swim through it or to go around it?
It's closer to really sticky quicksand than it is to like water. And getting down into it is like the worst decision that you could make.
Okay.
These balls are actually a Myrmidon's kids, and they hatch into little bundles of popcorn bugs that crawl everywhere. And there's a lot of popcorn bugs down in the bubbles and the balls. And I think you would know that it'd be a risky maneuver.
Okay.
But that being said, you can swim through it like Scrooge McDuck and his gold coins if you really want to. I'm not going to stop you.
All right. Excellent. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so Song puts baby down and locks eyes and says, "Don't move. Stay. Stay. Don't touch anything. Don't move." And
Baby just rolls back on its butt, on their butt, and like, just is cute.
and then Song will like run and then jump in, and as he does, he will wild shape. And when he wild shapes, there isn't any kind of like contortion or anything. Just literally just explodes with confetti and then turns into an animal.
What's left behind is a different creature. Right?
Absolutely.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And he's gonna turn into a oh crap. Too late. I forgot the important part of my my plan here. I was gonna write a little note that says "follow us" and hold it in my mouth, but it's too late now.
I'll allow it. We can retcon that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm just like nervous.
It sounds like a bonkers plan, so I want to see how it goes.
Follow us. Holds it in my mouth. You know, confetti, and then jump. I'm gonna turn into a
I would say a crocodile or something might be a good fit.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'm a crocodile, but I am actually painted purple, and I have multicolored dots all over me.
You're a clownodile. Yep.
And I absolutely have a schnozzling on my crocodile form.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, so somewhere halfway towards the balls, there's a puff of confetti, and Sung dives into the ball pit. And I will say that there is what you see of the antlion above it is quite a bit, but what's there's even more of it down below the ball pit. And so as you dive in through the kind of semi-translucent egg balls, you can see its shifting form, shadowy form, and a ton of little jagged, pointy legs swinging around everywhere. So that was your action, your movement to dive in. Any bonus action stuff that you would like to do?
No, not at this time.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Now it is the Myrmidon's turn. Its whole body kind of does like a ripple up into the air, flinging balls all over the place. And in an equivalent, for the first time in a long time, you see it come all the way out, and like a very excited, very strange-looking puppy, it like jumps up and turns around midair and lands back into the. I'll say it leaps out and dives back under and rearranges so that it's facing Drac, and then it lets out a massive roar, or its equivalent. It thinks it's friendly. Yeah, and it's roaring, and this sticky acidic glue like starts to spray everywhere. And so I'm gonna get Kellerith to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Yeah, I can do that. That's a 24.
Okay, that's a pass. You're just gonna take 2d6 acid damage.
Damn it. Okay. Ow.
But it cut in half by the. Sorry, I rolled 1d6 at a time, like a so you to take 8 cut in half to 4 acid damage, and this is very much like a Venkman in Ghostbusters moment where you're just covered in all kinds of sticky goop.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're excited to see me. I know. Ow.
The puppet, the child puppet comes up and like caresses you on the side of the face.
I'll ruffle its hair.
It's really disturbing to touch. It's made out of like, you looking close and you see it's just made out of all kinds of writhing little bugs.
Okay, I'm gonna start doing that.
When it does this to you, it makes a once it settles, it makes a kind of a pained sound, and a bunch of its little claws are trying to claw at its wound.
Okay.
I think that's all it's gonna do on its turn. Gonna spit goop at you. And now we're back up to the top of the round with, actually, it's Kellerith.
I hear you, buddy. Let me see if I can help out with that. And he's going to walk over to the wound and place his hands on it. And I'm going to... It's not much, but as an Asthma, I can heal 5 HP. So I'm going to pump 5 HP into the wound to see... It's probably not going to heal it entirely, but just to at least soothe it. And maybe close the wound a little bit. How does that feel? Are you okay?
Sure. And I'll get you to do a medicine check to see how your bedside manner is.
That's a good point. Okay. Medicine check. That's not too bad. 23.
Oh wow. Yeah, you take the briefest moment to figure out where is a safe place to put your hands, and you put them down, and you see a few of the chitinous plates start to stitch themselves back together. And there is whatever the equivalent of a calm sound from it comes out of it. But yeah, the wound is still pretty bad.
Yeah. I think that's as much as I can do, but hopefully we'll get someone to look at this and get you all better.
Anything else you'd like to do, Drac?
Nope. That's it.
All right. Hey, you bird.
Hey. So the Reveler is now 30 feet away from me, right?
Give or take, yeah.
Okay, can I... walking through the balls is difficult. Can I attempt to, acrobatics my way along the balls by, jumping and doing, tricks and stuff towards them?
You can try an acrobatics along the balls. I will never say no to that request. So please, make an acrobatics roll.
Oh, I wish I cast a spell before this. It's a nat 1.
And you rolled... That's a 7. Okay. I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage, please.
Oh boy! All right. Disadvantage. F. Ooh, still not bad. 16.
Okay. The thing that nobody sees is Hey You Bird slipping on every ball, flopping onto their back, pulling themselves back up, accidentally getting flung by Antlion's leg, tripping and falling, and just it is the greatest slapstick tumbling routine that you would ever see. And Heckna would have given her 1,000 jobs if someone could have proved that she did it. but no one will ever be able to say. And you land, unbeknownst to the Reveler, smack face down in front of them.
Oh, but I'm next to them?
Yep.
All right. So flat on my face, I'm gonna like carefully put the megaphone right up to their ear, and I'm just gonna scream as loud as I can into it, and cast Thunderstep from where we are up.
You're doing this to the Reveler?
Well, I can take it with me.
Oh, I see.
So me and this Reveler are gonna Thunderstep back to Ripley, and it's just gonna be this cacophonous bang, kind of like when the bell rings at the top of the strongman competition. And anyone within, I believe, 10 feet has to make a con save. So it's up to you. If
the Myrmidon is within 10 feet. It's a con check, you said?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see how old Myrmy does. Wow. My monsters are bombing every roll, so that's a 7.
All right. Myrmidon takes 13 thunder damage. Sorry, sorry, Kelrith. And me and the Reveler just comedically pop next to Ripley.
I thought this was going so well. Right, so a thunderous bell rings out, and while Kelrith is patching up the other side of the Myrmidon, a bunch of the chitinous plates just get like blown off by the thunderous noise on the other side, exposing its innards a little bit, undoing the work from one side to the other. It lets out a roar, like an angry scream.
I didn't see that coming. That was not planned. I had
Chaos.
Nothing else to do for you.
Also, FYI, DM, that was a spell.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll it. 'Cause things couldn't get worse, right?
Chaos. That's a 47, which I believe would make this.
A unicorn shows up.
A unicorn shows up.
Unicorns can heal, can't they? Right, they can heal. That would be great.
Oh, they can, yes. So
yeah, that's okay.
It's up to you if it appeared back in the ball pit or up where we are.
there is a boom, a bell sound, the roaring of the Myrmidon, and then suddenly, Ripley, very suddenly, Hey You Bird, the Reveler, are standing beside you, and then you look over to your other side, and there is a unicorn standing right there.
Oh, hello. Can it have like ribbons for like a mane and like a balloon for a horn or something?
Yeah, it's the Revelia has reinterpreted it to be a little bit more fun. And it says, I think I'm lost.
Wow. Probably.
So
Would you like to join the Revelia?
I don't know what that is. I was in my glade and now I'm here.
Do you have healing abilities?
I do.
Would you help my friend down there? And I point at the big monster.
The unicorn's eyes like flick down to the thrashing beast and then back up to you, and they say, hey, is it pure of heart?
In Heckna's voice, I say, no.
Yeah, Ripley just smiles.
Well, I suppose everyone deserves the chance. And then it just angles its horn down towards the Myrmidon, and bubbles, like high-speed bubbles, just start blasting out of it. They go down and they patch things up. Just as he's finished, just as they're finishing, the unicorn says, "Can I go now?" And then they just disappear.
Oh, farewell.
We'll drop out. We'll drop out of battle for now. Sung, you are in a safe space compared to everybody else, at least as far as being down in there. And Kelrith, you've been put into Myrmidon's good books enough, I guess, that you could probably back out. And it starts to kind of curl up a little bit in there. Down in the ball pit, you see around some of the ball eggs, Sung, you see the little popcorn bugs that are exactly what they sound like, little bugs, little beetles that have popcorn for the back, and then little legs that little candy legs that allow them to wander around, and they're kind of cute. you've been in charge of this cute animal, and you haven't really been allowed to look at any of the other amalgamations or strange monsters here. And so this is the first time real close up with one of the weirder ones. You also know that revelers eat these like they're popcorn. So I don't know if you wanted to take one with you. It's something. Start collecting them.
Yeah. Song will basically like kind of scoop down and like try to get them to ride him, and then he'll
Sure.
like surface up towards Kelrith and just kind of like chomp. They can't talk, so they just kind of chomp in the way of, "Hey, do you need a ride back to the safe space? Because I'm an alligator."
I don't understand you, but I'm assuming you're offering me a ride.
You have a little note that says "Come with us," so
It does.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
open your alligator mouth and it's hanging from like the top tooth or something.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, great. Yeah, I love a ride. Honestly, I don't know what's down there, and I don't want to find out. I'm just gonna just like sit on their back.
All right. A couple of popcorn little creatures are running all over the top of the crocodile's head, and they
Squish
sort of
some of them.
look up at you and chitter, and then keep wandering. And the crocodile dives or leaps out, flinging Kelrith back up the hole into the glass. And I presume, Sung, you transform back
Yes.
just in time to land sort of on the boxes that allow you to climb back up the rope that allows you to climb back up. Now that you've all reconvened and we have a reveler to talk to, I think we're going to take our little break here. I feel like unicorn is a good break time. Random unicorn. Is it pure of heart? So we're going to take a little break. I have to go to my notes here because we have some notes to say. We're going to take a 10-minute break. I'll do this in Heckna's voice for the staff. Grab yourself some popcorn and a drink from the concession stand. Give the channel a follow if you don't think it's crappy. I do. Check out the Heckna Early Access PDF. That's the important one. And the Fool's Gold campaign, and Big Bad Booklet, while we take a quick break. Links are in something called the chat. I've never seen it. And that's where we'll take our break. Hey everybody, we're back with our Are We the Baddies Heckna one-shot. Where we left off, a unicorn just came and saved one of Heckna's favorite pets, the Myrmidon. And an alligator made some friends with some little popcorn bugs, or crocodile, pardon me. All is right in the world. The reason you're here, reason we're all here, is because a very righteous paladin is let loose in this very fun Revelia, and the Heckna's Hellions have been dispatched in order to convert this paladin to the cause of of fun. And the reveler that you just pulled out, this I'm going to say a young half-orc woman who works at one of the food, helps with one of the food trucks, is sort of looking in shock because she got zapped to freedom on a thunderbolt, and she says, "Thanks. Look, I don't know how I fell in there. I was trying to help the Myrmidon after that walking tin can just decided that he was going to take her out."
I'm going to Miles Morales shoulder, put my hand on, and in Slick Silvertongue's voice, gonna say, "Where is Lord Goodsend? Why has he abandoned us?"
She looks back and says, "What, are you friends with the guy or something?"
No.
Well, he said something about wanting a higher vantage point. He talked like he was out of some kind of, some kind of book about snooty rich people. I didn't understand half the things he said, but yeah, he wanted a higher vantage point, so I have to assume he went for Heckna's Eye.
Heckna's
Eye is a massive Ferris wheel
Ferris wheel.
that has Heckna's little winky symbol face in the middle of it. Yeah, for sure would be the highest point to get to if you want to see the whole Revelia. In fact, that's where good revelers go to smooch. So
I've never been.
oh man.
Song blushes.
Ripley's like,
So I'm gonna look at Ripley and wink, which I feel like you would understand is lean down behind this reveler on your all fours.
Oh,
just
yeah.
stand behind her legs.
she just like steps over to the side and crouches down really fast.
And in Bradston's voice, I'm gonna say, "Weakling," and push her back into the ball pit.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So this half-orc woman is like, thanks a bunch. I really am. I was a little dicey in there, and then whoop, and falls back into the hole.
High five, Ripley.
That was good. That was actually really good. I was thinking about doing that, but that was really great teamwork.
The reveler is just looking up and says, "Why? Why me?"
I'm sure she's used to that. I feel like this is common behavior.
It's the 5th time today. Yeah. All right. So you start to, I assume you start to take off towards Heckna's Eye to see what's going on.
Song throws like some of those little bug babies down. In case you get hungry. Bye.
They're like crawling all over the half-orc. Like, thanks, I guess. So I'm going to read the text from the book, so we get a little bit of a plug from the book. Looming over the Dysmadium is the huge Ferris wheel, which is clearly pitted with rust and dents. The gondolas creak and sway as they move, and the whole wheel shudders and lists slightly as it rotates. The bent metal looks ready to give way at a moment. In the center of the wheel is a clownish, smiling face with a red nose and a winking left eye, which grins down at the Revelia. It remains in place as the wheel turns around it. The ride judders, and for a brief second, the closed, winking eye flicks open, and a shower of blue sparks leaps into the air. Then the eye quickly closes again. At the center of the clown's eye is a gleaming circular mechanism. It is circular, clock-like piece of machinery that whirs and clicks. Surrounding it is a spoked ring of metal that holds it in place. And then I'll read the actual scene that you see here, if I can remember where I put it in my notes. All right. Far above the Revelia, polished armor glinting in the moonlight, Lord Goodson Two-Shoes is incensed. The paladin is clearly trapped in a gondola at the top of Heckna's Eye. He bellows angrily and knocks the nearest gondola, sending a reveler falling to their death. A crowd at the bottom of the ride laughs as the reveler strikes the ground.
Ooh.
Imagine a blonde, what's his face from Beauty and the Beast?
Gaston.
A blonde Gaston who has a real rigid moral compass. And he says, "You fiends, you monsters, I'll take every last one of you on. I'll drag you down to hell where you belong myself, as soon as I can figure out how to get down from here." In the 2 gondolas beside him, you can barely see a half-elf cowering, peeking out. This is his squire, Marigold, and then in the other one is his nanny turned priest, whose name is any minute now, Sister Lyra Scuttlebutt. She's always at Two-Shoes' side, keeping him safe as he bumbles through the heroic life. And they are at the very top of the very top gondolas of this. At the bottom, so all the rides, the mechanical rides, are all run by marionettes, animated marionettes that kind of pull strings and move dials and do different things. The one that runs this is a marionette by the name of Peep Boo, and that's his name, and their name. And they have jammed like they have tied knots in a bunch of like the ropes and jammed a bunch of extra limbs into different things so that the whole eye is like stuck in the way it is. And all the way up is a bunch of revelers who are all cheering and excited that they get to just sit on Heckna's eye. It's always fun when it stops. When you go to Carnival and it stops, it gets stuck and you get to be up there for a little bit. Two Shoes is not having as good a time. And as you approach, Peepu's like, haha, we got him stuck for you, boss. We got him stuck.
Honestly, great work. That makes it a lot easier. So a quick question. Is Goodson and I immediately forgot all of the names, but
so their priest Scuttlebutt and their squire Marigold. They're each in their own gondolas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He wants to go for who?
So, yeah, this is a very large contraption. It's 100 feet at least up, and no real way to climb other than along the scaffolding of it. So, it is a difficult thing, and Peepu has ruined the ride enough that it's going to take forever to get it working again to bring people down. So, yeah.
I turn to Kelrith and I say, Kelrith, you kill Lord Townsend or you're dead.
Oh, yeah. I have that playing in my head, and now you're playing it out loud. Okay. Yeah,
So,
sure.
The big Heckna face on the front shifts again, and you hear his voice. And it's like a Vegas light. It just blinks between open and closed mouth. But it says, "You all die. Kelrith just dies first."
Oh, okay. At least I won't get to have to see it. I guess I'm gonna start climbing. It's gonna go.
Get him.
I think what makes most sense
Yeah.
right now is maybe to get into turn order.
Yes.
So it is Kelrith first. So you head towards this. Because the revelers have no allegiances to anything, they are booing you as you approach.
Yeah.
Which is kind of their only form of encouragement. They're like, "You stink." That's the main
Yeah,
thing
I
you hear.
showered 2 weeks ago. What of it? And it's like,
You're tall.
Another one goes, a child of candy horn goes, "You shower?"
I had to. Okay, just shut up. I need to keep climbing up
All right.
to try and get as high as I can.
How good are you at climbing?
I'd say I'm pretty good. I don't know how I do. Would I do like take the dash action as well? If that's the thing I can do.
Normally you climb at half speed, but I'm going to say as a monk, you're pretty nimble. So I'll say you can go your full speed.
Okay.
Full speed up. And if you want to dash, that's absolutely A-okay.
Yeah, I'll dash. You said it's like 100 feet up, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
how far is that?
So I would take Step of the Wind, so I can use my bonus action to dash as well.
Yeah.
So in just 6 seconds, just see, fine, I'll run up and go, he's just skipping rungs as he's going up.
All right. And are you heading straight for Two Shoes?
I'm gonna go for again, completely forgot.
There's the squire and the
Scuttlebug.
priest. The squire
The
looks
priest.
like they're terrified. They're hiding low. The priest is standing valiantly, nodding with everything that Two Shoes is saying.
I'm gonna go for the priest first.
Okay.
And
My other important question is, who has the super schnozzling?
I
The thing that's going to
would have
convert.
taken it.
Yeah, I think Kelrith has it.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
because like
So the
pressure's
way
on
it
me,
works
I
is
need
they have to be unconscious. They got to be unconscious or at 0 hit points for it to work. So, and Heckna doesn't care about the priest or the squire.
I was gonna ask exactly that. Okay, perfect. Yes, I'm gonna go to the priest first. And just say, hey, I heard you need some help. I can help you down if you want.
She looks at you and says, "How dare you?" And that
You
seems
don't
like
want
that's your
help?
turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you bird, you're up. You hear
I'm-
Heckna say, "Chicken, don't let me down."
Hey, you bird. I am going to shout up to the goody two shoes and say, chill out, and I'm going to cast Chill Touch.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use Metabagic Twin Spell to hit both the priest and Townsend. Or Goodzen, sorry. And I'm going to use Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on the one against the paladin.
Yes.
You're making attack rolls?
Yeah, it's a spell
Okay.
attack. So the one against let's do the priest first, because that'll be the weakest one. Whatever. That's a dirty 20.
That hits.
So a little like ghostial finger comes out and gives her a wet willy, doing 13 points of, I believe that's necrotic damage. Yep. And she can't be healed for an entire round.
To 13.
13. And then for the paladin, rolling with advantage. That's only a 14. Wow.
There is an embarrassing little ping as a little mote of ice just flinks off the golden armor on Goodson. And for the first time, he looks down and sees you and says, "Is that a magic chicken?"
Heckna!
He doesn't like puns. All right, anything else, hey you?
No, that's my turn. I'm like doing that thing where I'm like trying to talk to them with the megaphone at the base of this thing.
The frosty finger gets stuck in Scuttlebutt's ear, and with one foot she's kicking at Kelrith, who's trying to climb into the gondola with her, and with the other hand she's trying to swat the hand, swat the hand away. Sung.
Okay. So obviously, Baby is holding my quiver, and I kind of like pull out my bow, and I point a finger towards the paladin, and I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark. And what you see is forming all around the paladin are these little post-its that say "kick me." They're just like kind of everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And I'll make an attack with my longbow. 11?
That is a miss.
Okay.
Well, it hits. Everything's gonna hit. He's massive. He's as wide as he is tall, almost, because of the armor. And you just see an arrow crunch into it, and just sort of comically fall down off of him, and he just chuckles.
It takes one of those kick me post-its with it.
Yeah.
And Song is just like nervous, sweating. Quick, Baby, give me another arrow. That's my turn.
Do you get 2 attacks at level 5?
I am multi-class.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. It is Scuttlebutt's turn. She.
Oh no.
So I'm imagining all your climbing has you not quite in the gondola yet. You're just sort of hanging on there. What can I do to bug you? She reaches behind her back to something hanging off of her belt. She's dressed in chainmail, but it's very like fine quality and very nice looking royal outfits. You can see a medallion around her neck with the 2 shoes emblem on it, like this on a dagger. And she just reaches behind her and pulls out a mace and just starts to swing it down on the top of your head.
Okay.
So, and then misses with an 8, I assume.
Yeah, that misses.
All right. And as she like swings it down, and you can see that she hasn't swung this mace in quite some time, it massively dents the side of the gondola. And then immediately you see a flutter of like, almost like a flutter of angel wings that kind of goes around her, and she's going to cast Sanctuary on herself.
Oh, okay.
She grins kind of awkwardly at the missing with the mace, and then just uses her bonus action to protect herself with Sanctuary.
What does Sanctuary do again? I can't have to roll.
When you target her, you have to make a Wisdom save, and if you can only actually target her if you pass the save.
That's for attacks. If I attack her, right? Or just anything regarding her.
Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell.
Okay.
So even an area of not an area of effects. Yeah. So if you want to hit her or grapple her or anything like that, grappling is an attack. You'll have to roll a Wisdom save.
Okay.
Alrighty. The Squire has a squeaky little voice and is just peering out from her gondola. And Kellerith, you can hear her gondola shaking because she's shaking so much. All the bolts are falling from it, and she's holding onto it and just like, and she says, Goodson, I think I've decided I don't want to work for you anymore. And she just grabs her sword, her weaponry, and just throws it over the side of the gondola. A reveler eating a candy apple just takes a step to the side as the sword just right into the ground beside them. And she ducks down, and then you see this lily white handkerchief with the Two Shoes T on it, just being waved on an old abandoned straw or something that she found in the gondola. That is her turn. Maybe a weak link in the chain. We don't know. So Ripley, it is now up to you.
Ripley with her really bad initiative rolls. Okay, I'm gonna start climbing.
Not as bad as Mr. Two Shoes.
I love that for me. Yeah, she's gonna start hopping up, little acrobat. She's gonna start making her way up as high as she can. I think I'm gonna try to get up to where Kellerith is, but I don't know if I have that kind of movement. I don't think I can. No, you did like super movement. I'm gonna go as high as I can. Yeah. I'm just going as high as I can.
Okay. So I will need a. What's your dexterity score?
+5.
Oh. Okay. Are you trained in athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics and athletics, actually, both of them.
All right, I'll let you climb up without an issue. You're a nimble little halfling. You get 60 feet up.
Oh, okay, cool, sweet.
Your movement is 30, yeah?
Yep. Wait, no, our halflings, is it 20? No, it's only 25 because I'm a halfling.
Okay,
so
50
you
get 50. You start climbing. Are you climbing up the front?
Is that where Kellerith went up?
I don't know. Keller, did you climb around the curve of it, or did you go up the face of it where the Heckna's face is?
I went up the face of it, yeah.
Okay. You want to hop from gondola to gondola up along the side?
That would be really fun, actually. I think I'd like to do that. Yeah.
There's like reveler faces getting squished in and clown noses getting honked as you're like standing on people's faces.
Yep.
Just, like,
Mm-hmm.
Gingerly jumping from place to place.
Boing. Yep.
You find yourself right beside, right down the middle, and Heckna's voice booms out from the front of Heckna's eye, and he says, "You're small, but you stab like the big ones."
I sure do. And then she wings to her next one.
Make sure Kellerith doesn't screw this up for all of you.
I will certainly try.
Any bonus action you'd like to take?
I don't know if I have anything that is bonus action, so I think that is my turn.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Lord Goodson, slow on the uptake, but speed isn't his strength anyway. He's been standing with his arms Superman on his hips this whole time, and he reaches out, he snaps his hand over to the other gondola, and he says, "Squire, longbow." He snaps his fingers a few times. "Marigold, my longbow." And she just chucks it. She doesn't even see it. She just throws it over into his gondola, and he's got to grab it. And then with unnatural speed, you see he's knocked an arrow and he's pointing it at Kellerith. "No touchy on the nanny," and he's going to fire an arrow at you.
Okay, that was literally the worst person to do it to.
23.
Yes, that hits. I'm going to use my reaction to deflect missile.
Okay.
Someone roll that first to see if I can
I have to see how much damage it does, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So it does 1d8 piercing damage and 1d8 radiant damage.
Ooh, okay.
Because he is just swimming in holy energies. So 8 damage total.
Oh, I don't even need to roll. I automatically save that because I deflected by 9 plus 1d10, and so the 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think what happens is like he's trying to grab onto Scuttlebug, and then hears a twang of a bow, and just instinctively turns and catches it in his teeth and spits it out on the ground before just
you have the
turning
ability
back
to
to.
throw it back?
Yes, but that's used as a key point. I'm saving. I'm going to save
okay.
2
All
points
right.
for now.
So yeah,
yeah.
You catch the arrow like right in your teeth, and then just with much disdain spit it down into the below. The same guy eating the same apple steps the other direction as the arrow lands straight down into the ground. The rule of comedy is that's going to happen one more time, so make it a good one.
Song shoots better than that. You're going to have to do better than that.
Goodson, like, his face just is shocked. Like he's never seen wizardry like this before. And he says, I'll choose a more difficult target somewhere else. And he starts to try and aim for Ripley. All right. That's a 25.
That's so gonna hit, yeah.
All right. Hot dice. All right. Oh wait, why did I roll? I rolled the wrong thing, I think. Sorry. No, I did.
Okay.
I rolled the right thing. 2 radiant damage, 2 piercing damage, so 4 damage total.
Cool.
As an arrow kind of pokes into you.
Also, question. I'm so sorry. I haven't played D&D in so long. I forgot I can dash as a bonus action. Could I have gone up another 25 feet? So if I'm like...
Sure, you're 3/4 of the way up. That's
okay,
no problem.
cool. Thanks. Sorry about that.
No problem. All right, you've been skewered by an arrow. Okay. That's his turn. And now we're up to Kelrith. Oh, you're muted or something.
Oh, yep, I was muted. So I'm just like reaching for Scuttlebug, saying, I'm just trying to help you down, and I want to grapple her.
She looks at you and says, how dare you spit out a 2-shoe arrow?
Why
don't you die like you're meant to?
How about you do that? And I want to grapple her and
grapple the elderly priest.
Fun.
You're gonna grapple the elderly priest.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. You're gonna roll an athletics check for me, please.
Okay.
Versus her dexterity check.
Athletics. Okay. That's a 21.
All right. Well, she rolled an 11. So you wrap your hands around this ornately decorated priest, and what are you gonna do? Oh wait, we have to see if you can actually target her. I need you to make a wisdom save.
Oh,
first.
that is true. Yes. You forgot about that. Wisdom save. Wisdom's okay. 21.
Okay, we're good. You reach around and grab her, and she's grappled. What are you doing now?
I was gonna say keep your arms and legs inside the ride, but we're gonna be doing the opposite. And I'm gonna just lean back and fall out off with her.
Okay, so is the plan to just fall back, let go of her when she's falling, and then get back on, like land safely back on? Is this the maneuver you're trying to do?
Let me see if
Just German.
I just went into this without thinking.
Sounds about right.
You have your falling thing.
Yeah, you have slow fall.
25, but that's 100 feet is gonna be way more than that.
Can I use a reaction? Can I cast Feather Fall on them? On
that reaction?
Is that a reaction? I think it's a reaction.
I think so. I think it might be touch.
Oh, is it touch? Okay, shoot. Never mind then. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can't help you.
So if I
within range.
Within
Within
range.
range.
Okay. Yeah.
Choose up to 5 falling creatures within range. So as soon as I see them go down, because I'm up higher than I thought I was, so I see you go by and I just go, pink, and I poke you.
Thank you. And as he's falling down, he just keeps going. And then lets go when he gets the feather fall. He lets go of her.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna roll. You drop her from halfway up, or where do you?
Oh, I drop her from like the moment I lean off, I let go and I just fall and hope that Ripley feather falls me. So like
Got you.
from the very top, I just dropped her.
So as she falls, she says, "How dare you!" And there's just a sickly crunch and a bunch of laughter as she slams down into the ground. Someone immediately goes over and steals all the stuff of her corpse.
How's our apple eating guy? Is he just gonna stay? Is that his third?
Oh, that's
his
our
third
third
step?
thing. Yeah. You hear her but don't see her fall, and he's just standing there eating, and he just takes a step back and crunch right in front, and he reaches down and grabs the coin purse off of the
First dibs, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Kelrith, that is your turn. I guess you have some movement left.
So what does how much does Featherfall reduce it? Do I just fall like slower? How does Featherfall work?
I'd let you land in a gondola
Yeah.
halfway up
okay.
without a problem.
Yeah, your
Okay,
descent
yeah.
slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends, and it lasts for a minute.
You land into a gondola with 4 children of the candy corn, and they're eating little popcorn kernels, and one of them says to you, "I've seen better."
Okay, you go throw an elderly priest off a gondola, and then you can come back to me. Okay.
You think we haven't? And they all like look at each other like it's a Tuesday. All right. Hey, you bird.
Is Song still next to me? Or at least like on the ground with me?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna kind of like waddle up to you, and I'm gonna stick out my feather, but with one feather like pointing at you. Pull this.
Okay.
And as you do, I raspberry extremely loudly into the megaphone, and I'm gonna cast Stinking Cloud above or like where they are in the gondolas. So a just like massive cloud of like sparkling fart gas appears around them. And now they have to make Constitution saves, or they can't do anything except throw up.
Wow.
That was also a spell, by the way, DM.
Right. Sorry. Who did you cast this on?
It's like an area of effect on the gondolas, so both the squire and unless the gondolas are more than 20 feet away from each other.
No, you should be fine. You should
All
be
right.
fine.
So
All
both the paladin and the squire are gonna get it.
Sorry. Is there a saving throw?
Yeah, it'll be a con on their turn.
Oh, at the start of their turn. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they start puking from fart stink. Got it.
Yeah.
Classic. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
And you can roll on the wild magic chart.
I will.
Song looks horrified at this.
Okay.
Don't be fireball. Don't be fireball.
You turn proudly to a song after you have done this, and to your horror, Sung, all the feathers on her poor Heiyu's face and whole head just start to fall off one at a time to the ground, and the chicken hood just sort of slides back now that there isn't anything, and it's just like big bald baby bird head. And Heiyu doesn't seem to notice. I don't know if there's any soothing words you'd like to say, Sung, but...
Song just kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. Sorry.
Sorry.
All right, which brings us to Sung's turn, unless Heiyu has anything else she'd like to do.
That's it.
All right.
Song's like, sorry, and then shoots with his bow. That's a 9.
At Goodson,
Yes.
ping, bounces right off of him.
And Song is like nervous, sweating, reaching down for another arrow. I should probably stop using wooden arrows, but I don't know, man. I'm trying my best. And that's my turn.
All right, any bonus or movement that you'd like to do?
I'll take like one step away from Heiyu Bird, but no, I'm good.
Okay.
Sorry.
The priest is deceased, which brings us to Marigold, who makes a con save, you said. Squire? Rolls a 3.
That won't do it.
Okay, so what happens to them?
They just have to spend their turn retching at the smell of the fart gas.
You hear a voice, and it's wavery, and it says, "Ugh, Two Shoes, did you just..." And then she leans out the side of the gondola and barfs to the joy of everyone down below. And that's all they could do with their turn, right?
Yep.
Okay. Ripley, you're up.
Okay, how far am I from the squire and
We said you got 75 feet up,
yes.
so you're about 20 feet from the squire and 25 feet from Two Shoes.
Sweet, and
Actually, I'm gonna, before we take your turn, Ripley,
Yeah.
sorry, I
It's
keep
okay.
forgetting that Two Shoes has a legendary actions.
Whoa,
And so
cool.
obviously he's going to react to the nanny being unceremoniously chucked out of the gondola. And he says, "She was with me my entire life. She changed my diapers. She spoon-fed me with a Two Shoes golden spoon. And you unceremoniously chucked her to her demise."
It was very
And
different.
he's going to cast Command on you.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
that's a
okay.
good reaction. I like that. I'll need a Command, I believe, is a charisma saving throw, yeah?
Oh, charisma.
I believe so.
Fuck. Okay.
Let's say it's a charisma saving throw.
Okay. I want to see if I have anything to help me first, because charisma's not my best stat. I don't think I do. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I'll roll it. A 15.
You needed to beat a 14. That's no fair to me.
Yes.
He gesticulates with a gauntleted hand. He gestures actually with a shield, and with the point of his shield, and he says, "Flee." And then his words just turn to butterflies and sort of skitter past you. And he says it a few more times, "Flee, flee."
You mean
Usually works.
we do have a flea? There's a flea circus in the northeast of us. Is that what we're talking about? Honestly, one of our biggest attractions.
No, I'm not talking about that. All right, now it's your turn, Ripley.
Okay.
You can smell the squire before you see them.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to get up into the gas.
You
So
can enter it and then leave if you want, but if you start your turn in the gas, you have to roll.
that's fair. I think right now she's gonna stick down like underneath that gondola, and she's going to till she can get up there. She's gonna cast another spell. Which one was it again? I'm gonna try for Witch Bolt on Goodson. Yes.
All right. What kind of, is that a save, or are you making
That
an
is, I
attack roll?
believe, let's see.
I think it's an attack roll.
It is a ranged spell attack against a creature. Okay. Don't know how good that's gonna go. We'll find out. I don't think that's gonna cut it. That's a 17.
The
like he's
witch
got-
bolt arcs out and bounces around inside from gondola to gondola. A couple of people's hairs, colorful hair, stands on ends as the witch bolt makes its way. But then as it hits his armor, it just dissipates.
Curses. Oh. Okay. And then. Hold on. Yeah. Bonus action hide.
I think he's going to use another legendary action to try and cast command again. As the witch bolt dances, he says, "Your witchcraft doesn't work on a Two Shoes. Flee!" And I'll need a charisma save.
Oh, good golly. I don't get to hide before that.
No,
Okay, that's fair.
he has the high ground.
This is a +0, so let's find out.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
11. 11.
All right, you have to flee.
My little legs, I'd worked so hard to get up here. I start hopping down.
A fear. You look up at this absolute clown, and this fear kind of rolls over you. Oh,
I'm
what?
immune to fear, I think, or something with fear.
You're not.
Or is that flavor?
officially
That's flavor.
frightened.
Got it.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Sorry,
Cool,
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah. Sorry. and you need to escape.
I start hopping down the way I
Right.
came up.
There's this annoying chuckle from Two Shoes up at the top. Finally, his command spell worked. That brings us to Two Shoes himself. He
Needs to make a con save.
Oh, he does. Oh no, poo stink. Not the poo stink.
He's a paladin. He probably.
Yeah,
Oh
probably.
no, it's con, right? So it might not.
He's not wearing a helmet. He rolls a 9. He turns back to Kelrith and he says, "Now, for you." Yeah. And then there's just like puke leaking out the bottom of the helmet that he has on his head.
Oh no!
I am real sorry about that. I'll put you out of your misery. Don't worry.
Oh, it smells like the hot dogs. And
Oh, it was quick. He caught them.
That's his awful turn. It's his awful turn. Kelrith.
Well, as a free action, Kelrith's gonna shout down to Hey You and just go, "Hey You! Great work. That was incredible. I'm gonna see if I can finish the job." Okay. And it's
Well,
gonna.
we're all dead.
Yes. And I'm gonna try climbing up to paladin friend, the Two Shoes.
All right. Give me an athletics roll, please.
Okay.
Or acrobatics. I guess acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for acrobatics. Considerably better at that. That's a 15.
Yeah, you carefully put your feet in the right places. You climbed this once before and start pulling yourself up to the very stinky, very gross-sounding gondola that holds Two Shoes. You're actually feeling kind of happy for the revelers that he threw out of it, because this is worse. The death.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use a bonus action and cast Hex on them. And what this looks like is he kind of honks his nose, and you just see a flower like erupt from, just burst. Not even like he's not even saying that, it bursts out of his cloak and sprays just a sickly green like liquid in their face.
Ugh.
And they have I'm going to put a disadvantage on all of their strength checks with that hex, and then I'm going to attack. I'm going to just throw and be like, look at my fist, always pay attention to my fist, and I'm going to try
He's
and
like,
so that's I rolled on the dice, I rolled 2 18s because I can attack twice. I rolled 2 18s, so that's a 25 for both attacks. 25, yeah.
The heavy plate and shield that Two Shoes is wearing, you would think would stop a fist, but no, you land heavy impacts. So go ahead and roll some damage.
They're actually not. So I think what he actually does is like look at the fist, and ends up going for a roundhouse kick instead.
Okay.
And because of my discipline, I can turn my attacks from bludgeoning damage to I think poison, fire, and cold damage. So the first roundhouse kick is cold damage, like I'm kicking him across the face, and then I continue the momentum and spin again for and the next one's going to be fire damage, and that is a total of 8 fire damage and 7 cold damage as a like double roundhouse kick to the face.
Alrighty.
And then because of necrotic, because I have hex on him, so both those attacks have 1d6 necrotic as well. So an extra 5 necrotic damage as I just roundhouse kick this guy in the face. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Two Shoes, the first kick knocks him one direction and the whole gondola turns that way, and then the other one kicks him the other direction and it goes back, and then he just straightens up and just wobbles back and forth. So that's 20 damage in one round.
I call that the frostburn. Anyway, sorry, that was great. I've been really wanting to use that one for a while, so thank you for giving me the opportunity to do that. Two shoes. And that's the end of my turn.
Did you want to use a bonus action for some extra punches?
I use my bonus action for Hex. So
perfect.
That's
all right.
it. Yeah.
All right, you are now in the gondola with a stinky Lord Constitution. This is the undignified end that I would hope for him. All right. Next up is Hey You Bird.
I'm gonna look up with the megaphone and in Bradston's voice be like, "When you kill my brother, give him this." And I'm gonna cast lightning bolt.
Wow. Okay.
So he's got to make a dex save of 15.
Kellerith, you have to make one too. It's a. I'm gonna say it's a metal
I'm fine with
gondola.
that.
It's a metal
I'm good
gondola.
with that.
So a dex save, you said, eh?
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to use Empowered to re-roll my 1, my 2, and my 2.
I got a 15.
I got a 17.
Both of those, unfortunately, succeed. So, someone help me. 23 minus 5.
18.
Yeah.
Plus 12.
30.
30. Okay, that makes it easy to half then. You both take 15 points of damage as just like feedback noise comes out of the megaphone and just like he's like really badly stop motion animated lightning bolts come out and just like hit through you, Kelrith, and hit the paladin in front of you. And then I say in Song's voice, "Sorry."
The metallic armored body of Goodson is see-through temporarily as his whole body shakes and you can see his skeleton underneath. Kelrith as well to a certain degree, and then the whole top of the Heckna's eye also lights up a bit like Christmas lights. And he's back.
Yay!
The lightning bolt shorted out your internet.
I've got to do an actual normal wild magic roll. Oh my no!
You rolled a 1.
So you get to
rolling. You said you're gonna bring the chaos, and you're bringing it.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Let me see what this brings to us. Everyone in the top 5 gondolas disappears. Oh wait, sorry, no. Everyone with 30 feet of you. Sung and Hey You Bird and every reveler within 30 feet all disappear.
Can we see that we have disappeared, or are we just not there anymore?
You're invisible as per the spell.
Yay.
You see, well, then nobody sees anything, so I'm not going to describe what happens. Everyone's just gone. Okay, that's your turn, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you've done enough.
I think
Sung, you're up. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, like, I think I turn around to yell at Hey You for like thunderbolting me, and it's like, Hey You, wait, hey You.
Immediately gone.
Where did they?
All right.
Is Ripley under command?
It's a one-time thing to flee, and now Ripley is down near the bottom of the thing, but I don't believe you're still under the sway of it.
Okay.
Right now.
So Song is like kind of like nervous sweating and kind of looking up. You can see that he's starting to string his bow on, obviously going to climb. And then all of a sudden, like, he winks out of like vision, and also Baby winks out of vision, and all you hear is just panicked screaming from Song as he tries to like find Baby, because he obviously has like a baby carrier on his back that he loads up Baby whenever he's got to climb.
Obviously.
And he's trying to find Baby.
Baby's not very far away.
Okay.
At any given time. So yeah, you just feel a invisible furry thing, and toss him back into the Bjorn.
Yes.
And
I'll start to climb. As a
Okay.
tabaxi, I have a climb speed of 20. I'll use my feline agility to double my speed, so I'll climb up 40 feet.
And including dashing speed?
I
Do you want
will.
to dash as well?
I did not want to dash. I think if I go up 40, I'll be close enough to do fairy fire. 60
Okay.
feet. So he'll kind of just nervously like, and then you just see like glitter kind of form up in the fart cloud. And I'd like to cast fairy fire on both the squire and Goody Two Shoes.
How did you figure out the secret pun hidden in his name?
Oh dang! Oh, I
Oh,
ruined it.
no.
I'm sorry.
So
Ooh.
this automatically works, right? Fairy fire just makes them sparkly invisible, I think.
I think the dex.
They do have to do a
a
save.
dex
Dex.
save,
Yeah.
12.
Am I calling this?
I have enough range. I think I would have put it so that the only ones that are affected are the two. Unless you
shoes.
want to be covered in glitter.
I mean, I'm a monk. I'm probably good. I'm gonna roll it anyway.
Two shoes
Okay.
rolled a
For
17.
flavor.
Two shoes rolled a 17.
Save.
I rolled a 23, so I think I'm good.
A few
Dex my
revelers
thing.
that are in the other gondolas all pop invisible as they failed their saves and are all sparkly. But Two Shoes remains unseen.
Song just keeps trying their best and is just kind of like climbing. That's the end of my turn.
Song, you're doing amazing. Don't change. You're perfect in every way.
Thanks. A disembodied voice calls out from. Oh wait, do I go uninvisible because I cast that?
You do, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yes, you can see me now. Yay.
Okay, a con save for the squire, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, it was almost 19. It's a 4. More retching and rolling around just out of view. Ripley.
Okay, so I was at 75 feet and then I had to use my movement to go back down to 50 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It means you can get up there with your
Yeah, I'm
bonus
gonna
action
use
dash.
my movement. I'm gonna use my movement to go back up to 75 feet. How far is the squire's little cart from me?
From 50 feet, you
Yeah.
need to go like 60 feet.
Okay.
Sorry, that I feel about 40 feet away. So is what I should say.
Okay, so if I got back up to 75 feet.
Yep.
He's nearby. Okay. I'm going to try to toll the dead at the squire. It is a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
I believe my save is 11.
That's an 18.
No! That's okay. I'm going to then bonus action hide this time. I'm going to try to like get like underneath a cart and like dangle or
Sure.
something.
Give me a stealth roll.
Yeah. That's first good roll of the night for Ripley. That's a natural 20 and I have a plus 11.
Okay.
So 31 hide
Everyone is magically invisible. You're just real life
is
actually
gone.
Yeah. All right. Top of Two Shoes' turn. A nat 20 on the puking. So you take that.
No.
He reaches up. He wipes his face. And Kelrith, you're still in here with him, but.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So, well, he's gonna try and grapple you, I think.
Oh, okay.
You said he was at disadvantage on strength checks.
Yes.
He doesn't know that, so he's still gonna try.
His socks are really wet with the weird greenish liquid, and he's just very off-putting. So I have to roll, I'm gonna roll acrobatics to try and escape or avoid it. That is a 26. I'm rolling real high. I'm scared.
The whole gondola shifts as he moves. He weighs as much as like 10 children of the candy corn in this armor. And he like almost drunkenly now reaches out to grab onto you, and he says, I don't care how many of you there are. And his hand is like pointing at all the invisible people that he's seeing because he's so lightheaded. I'll drag you all to hell. But he misses, obviously. He's going to try. He's got two more attacks, actually. So he's going to keep trying and hit you.
Oh, okay.
Is there something you'd like to do?
I don't think there's anything I can do. But is it another grapple? Is he so like the thing
No,
I'm trying to
he
avoid?
pulls out a
Okay.
sword and starts swinging it
Okay.
irresponsibly.
Yeah.
Longsword attack, one-handed. No disadvantage here. That is a 23. 22.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so you're taking some radiant and some regular. Um, 5 radiant damage, 2 plus 3, so 5 and 5, so 10 damage.
I'm resistant to radiant damage, so I take
Okay, so
2
7 damage
or
total.
3. 7.
7 damage total.
Okay.
And then he will roll again.
I'm not looking so good. That thunderbolt hit really hard.
A 19 on the third attack.
yeah.
19 hits. Sorry, not really. So that is 10 radiant damage, or sorry, 7 radiant damage, so 3 radiant damage and 4 piercing. So that's another 7.
That's exactly how much hit points I had left. God damn it.
You slump back. And Two Shoes says, "That's right, all of you fall." And does it make sense to do a dex save unconscious to keep from falling out? Actually, I'll let both you roll a dex save, and Two Shoes is going to roll a dex save, and he's going to do it at disadvantage.
Okay. That's a 25. My
Okay.
dex is really good.
Yeah. So he rolls a 5, and he's lunging back and forth, and the swings of the sword have like tilted the gondola in a bunch of different directions, and the whole thing just sort of flips up just far enough, and then when it swings back around, Kelrith is unconscious and alone in the gondola, and like Winnie the Pooh falling out of the tree, Goodson falls and hits like every kind of barrier or barricade all the way down, and lands with a slump. So he falls 100 feet, as I have described, and plows right through the platform at the bottom, the wooden platform down underneath into the mechanism. So he's taking 10d6 damage from the fall, and we'll see what happens. Oh, that's d10s. I want to do...
I mean, you know what they say cometh before the fall.
A shove?
It's pride.
All right, he takes 34 fall damage, which doesn't kill him because he is formidable. But now he's down on the ground, and it's like a thud, and you hear him make sick one more time from the fall. And he says, "Nanny."
Oh my god.
And I'm
Kelvith.
out cold, so I can't laugh.
Kelvith, you're up. I need a death save from you.
Okay.
You hear Heckna's voice saying, "Come on, you had one job, and now you're just
I
gonna
rolled a nat
bleed out in
20.
a gondola." You roll
I
a
rolled a
nat 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to come back to life with 1 hit point and kill off Heckna if
I'm
you want.
sorry, Heckna. I'll be honest. That was Heyu's fault. Heyu hit me probably harder than they hit. You know what? Never mind. I'm coming.
Passing the ticket to someone else. That's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm gonna get a job done.
Okay, so that's your turn. You're back up.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We got 1 hit point left.
Okay. I'm gonna add that.
Talk about drama. All right, hey you. You're not too far from Two Shoes in the pit that he's made for himself, the crater that he's made.
Yeah, so Heyu is gonna do some fiddling on the side of her megaphone to get some meta magic back. I imagine it's got those like old school dials from like TVs on the side, and then is going to like waddle up to Goodsend and like once again just like shout the megaphone in his ear and cast Chill Touch. And I'm going to use Tides of Chaos, of course, to get advantage. And that's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
All right, that's going to... Oh, I didn't even need those points. 13 points of necrotic, and he cannot heal his next turn.
As his eyes start to adjust in the dark, and frozen fingers just come down and boink him right in the eyes again.
And in his brother's voice, I say, "Weakling."
It's just Bradson.
You were always the worst one.
Nanny. Sung, you're up next.
Okay.
You've climbed up a bit. You can see down into where he is, so you could shoot him from here if you like.
Okay. Would I be able to climb up to Kelrith?
Yeah, I'd say you'll be able to get up there this turn.
Okay. Sung, like, seeing, like, the fall and Kelrith kind of go down in the gondola, you can see Sung just, like, flushes with color, and he starts scrambling up, and then he, like, climbs into the gondola, sees Kelrith is actually all right, and he's like, oh.
That was really... Did you see all of that? That was really embarrassing.
Yeah.
Really embarrassing.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Do you need a hand up?
Yeah. Yes, please.
So I'll, like, help Kelrith up to his feet, and very quickly, Sung gives him a little smooch and casts healing cure wounds at 2nd level on him.
I think, like, his whole face just turns red, like very cartoon, like from the like a rising thermometer just turns red. He goes,
okay.
Thank you.
Good job. Yeah.
Thank you.
You heal 14 hit points.
Thank you.
And then he's like, yeah. And starts climbing out of the gondola, and that's my turn.
The knight attempts their pork-on save again. 15.
For the
the stinky cloud, yeah.
Damn, that's just the DC.
The a little ashen face of the half-elf squire pokes out from the gondola beside Sung and Kelrith and said, "This is a really weird time for smooching," and then passes out in the gondola.
Wait, I thought this was where we were supposed to do it. Oh,
me too. This actually that was my I don't want to admit it, but that was my first kiss.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You hear Heckna just under his voice say, "This is awkward."
Heckna, can you stop watching, please? This once.
Oh, I'm not watching. Ripley.
Okay, I'm delighted. Okay, so can you use your reaction within your turn? You get
Generally,
one reaction per round.
But
no,
it depends on the reaction. If it triggers, if the thing that triggers the reaction happens during your turn, yes. But it's rare. That what's the reaction you'd like to use?
I was gonna jump out of the. I was gonna jump down to the ground and use Featherfall.
Oh yeah.
But I was gonna see if I could act still, like.
In that case, the trigger is you falling, and the reaction is to do it just in time. So absolutely.
Okay, so then, how close are the
range? I think it's 60 feet on Featherfall.
Okay, so can I cast it on the other two as well? So if they want to jump out, they can.
Absolutely.
Don't do it on me. I got wings. It's fine.
I can get up to like 5 people, so I'm gonna get you both. You can do whatever you want with that, just in case. She's gonna jump out, do that, and then you let me know if I can do this. Can I attack on the fall?
Yeah.
Can I hit Gibson as I'm falling down on top of him?
Yeah, he is prone, so that's at advantage as well.
Which means I get sneak attack. Okay.
Which means you get sneak attack.
Ah!
And I'm assuming you're pulling out a very specific dagger to do
She
this.
absolutely is. Okay, here we go. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty low.
Gotta beat a 20.
Oh my god. Okay.
Actually, I'll say he's
Oh,
not
I get
benefiting
advantage.
from
Wait, I rolled really bad. I get advantage.
Yep.
I forgot. You just said that. That's a natural 20.
With a sneak attack. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
So
The
that's
amount of
like a
damage-
30 something. That's like a.
Yeah. Do you want to roll all the dice?
I really do.
Okay. So what is your? So it's a D4 for the dagger.
Yeah.
Doubled to 2D4, and then your backstab damage is what at 5th level? 3D6.
3d6.
Okay, so that's 66. So you're rolling 66 plus 2D4.
Okay, 1, 2, 3,
And then adding your
4.
dex bonus to it.
5, 6. Wow, gosh. Dice ASMR.
Song is nervously like, oh, I hope Ripley remembers all the words.
Okay, here we go. 12, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, plus 5, 30.
That is the exact number of hit points that Lord Goodson Two Shoes has remembered. So remember that you're trying to knock him unconscious. I mean, he could be in death saves, I guess. But how do you do it?
Oh yeah, she just kind of like leaps totally out of the little carrier thing she's in, casts her feather fall, and is just kind of like I think she goes like all the way down.
I think time kind of slows down a bit too for everybody who's watching. There's like popcorn going into mouths real slowly. People are like adjusting lenses to like see as you're like coming down. Sparks are going everywhere. Peep-Boo is like pulling on things to make the lights spark up. And for the first time, clearly, Two Shoes just is looking up, and he says, "I was never cut out for the adventuring life." And then the dagger.
I would like it to make like a bell sound, like the top of the the hammer game, like
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, from his metal armor.
Okay, perfect. There's a crunch, a comedic pause, and then ding, 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 and the whole crowd just goes up wild as Seong and Kellerith float down to either side of Goodson.
Get him.
I would like, just before I like float down, I want to use my ability. I think it's called Radiant Soul, and I just see like again the balloon animal wings burst from his back, and he kind of flies down and sees Seong like climbing down, and just says, "Do you want a lift?"
Yes.
And I'm gonna like take it off the like ladder and like take them off the ladder and like float him down and fly him down to and set them like very much like I'm not gonna like bridal style hold, and then carry them down and sets them down beside a currently unconscious Two Shoes.
I think it's really cute, but like Song also has his backpack with an invisible baby bear in it right now. So it's like thrashing around. So it's a little less, well, I don't know. Maybe it is extra cute. I don't know.
I think it makes it cuter as you just see like little claw marks appearing on his face. Like,
that count as an attack. Does baby become visible again?
I mean, I guess so, yeah. And yeah, so, set them down.
So as you land, the front of the big wheel opens up, and inside a portal is swirling, and two long spidery legs step out, and Heckna himself drops down from from the thing, and he's doing the slow clap. You know, I believed in you the whole time.
You were ridiculing us. I think you quite literally. Yes, thank you.
It's
Heckna.
called negative reinforcement, and it works.
I mean, yeah, I've heard a lot of people say negging is a really good way to do. Improve
there you go.
morale.
There's lots of people. So,
I mean,
Killer, do the thing.
Yes, I was going to ask you back it up. Yes, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to pull out the schnorkeling. I think the super schnorkeling, right?
The super schnorkeling, yeah.
And I'm going to pull out also a pie, just out of nowhere. There's a whipped pie, and then
you look over at Heckna, and he's like,
And then put the snorkeling in the pie, and then just pie / snorkeling Two Shoes in the face.
Two Shoes, who fell, like he's expiring, he's like twitching into like different collapsed body poses, and then when the nose like slams down on him, he just sort of straightens out, and then from the point of the nose, white paint starts to go over his entire face. His mouth gets pulled up to different corners, and his teeth turn into like pointy, jagged little things, and his hair, once blonde, straw blonde, just like puffs out in all different directions in a rainbow. His armor immediately becomes rusty and tarnished and covered in bows and different splashes of paint. and he like looks right in your eyes, Kelrith, pie all over his face, and he starts to pull himself up to full height, and he goes, "Who's ready to party?" And Heckna's like, "Now this is something I can get behind." And he reaches up into the air and he pulls down like a something that would open a set of curtains, but instead it like drops a whole stage down that starts to fold out and unfurl. All the revelers start to throw popcorn all over the place. Food fight breaks out. And Heckna's big long arms, think like Jack Skellington kind of, he pulls you all in and he says, "You're my number ones now."
Number ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're more like number 5, but I'm trying to make it like sound good.
I mean, number 5 is still an improvement. I really appreciate that.
Kelrith, could you please let me finish my thought?
Okay.
I'm gonna put you up in the funhouse. Yeah. We're gonna be neighbors. And he says, "Oh, and your payment." And he just like folds his hands towards you, and out of the sleeves is just red tickets, which are the currency of the Revelia, and they're just like falling down all over. And he steps up onto the stage and he pulls you all up with him and he says, "The real heroes are these losers." And he like puts his arms out and gestures to everybody. "Hey, you bird, what's your name?"
"Hey, you bird."
And that's where we'll end it, I think, for the
Yay!
was the Revelia bursts
everybody!
into celebration, and a very confused but excited Lord Goodson Two Shoes starts thinking about his weirder, punnier name that you get from the clown. All right.
During the celebration, I'm going to use Major Image to recreate the scene of Ripley stabbing him over.
Yes.
Definitely writing that into the act for sure. Well, thank you so much for everyone who's been watching, and to my fun players. We're gonna go around and get everyone to do an outro, and I'd like to hear your favorite moment. If you can toss one in there. Just as again, thanks for everyone who's tuning in. This was my first time actually GMing Heckna in any kind of way, and I'm very excited. I was very excited to do it, so I hope everyone had a good time.
It was so much fun.
It was so fun.
Good.
Amazing.
I'm glad. So join us next week for 2 awesome episodes of Hit Point Paints. We've got the mini painting, and then of course Dingo Doodles taking over, and then again on the last Tuesday of the month for the next episode of the Big Bad Broadcast. And then of course links to the Heckna early access PDF, the Big Bad booklet series, and the Pledge for Fool's Gold are all in the chat now, or will be soon. Be sure to check them out. Give us a follow if you had a good time and you want to see more stuff or rolling out more and more things. It's been a lot of fun putting stuff together. And then we'll do a cast outro here. We'll go in reverse order if I can find the original order. This is always, I should copy and paste this, but I never do. So I'm not a professional. All right. I guess in reverse order, it would be starting with Caitlin.
Hi, everybody. I'm Caitlin Bruder. You can find me on Twitter at KKAMABR. I got a lot of fun stuff coming up that I can't talk about yet. So if you're interested in that, I'm an artist and a streamer, and I've got podcasts about mythology and folklore. It's fun. Other RPG streams, you can catch me and Drac over on twitch.tv/Rule of Lore on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific for our Cypher superhero sci-fi. Wow, that took got there. Game. We have a long-standing campaign. We're in season 3. All of it's on YouTube, and then on Sundays, I'm over on QTimes, twitch.tv/QTimes for Power Play. That's at 5 p.m. Pacific. So a comic booky superhero game.
Awesome.
I had so much fun. Thank you. Oh, fun part. Our favorite thing. Hey You Bird saying Heckna is that literally nothing will top that. I got the big kill in this game, and that is the best part of the game for me.
Next up is Kelly.
Hello, I'm Kelly. I do a bunch of actual plays on Twitch under Tabletop Titties. They've been in the chat, so you can find them there. Go to Tabletop Titties on Twitter. I also do a horror movie podcast with my partner where we watch horror movies and review them with a queer and feminist lens, and make a cocktail that sort of fits the mood and theme of them. I think they were also in the chat at some point, so you can follow them there. Other than that, my Twitter is @TheMindRight, and you can go follow me there. and I do a bunch of stuff. I can't. It's just chaos. My favorite moment was baby. Just anytime baby was around. Just all the baby.
Thank you very much. I'm not taking credit for baby. I'm just saying thank you for doing the outro. Stella.
Hello. I'm Stella Luna. I'm a TTRPG streamer here on Twitch and a producer. I primarily try to get people into this kind of stuff, just learning what it's like on the other side of the screen to become a player, to become a GM, a producer. So if you have ever wanted to get into something like this and you just want to get like an introduction course, that's the kind of thing that I like to help teach with my community. I also run a game every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern time called Unbound. It is a homebrew campaign where we use adventures from Uncaged Anthology. Uncaged Anthology focuses on subverting tropes around mythological creatures and beings that are women. And I had such a good time. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much for being here.
My favorite part was definitely Hey You Bird being invisible, having such a slapstick moment in the ball pit. That was so funny.
Good.
Jordan, you are so good at just making this theme is so good.
Yeah.
That's why I think partially why I've been partially in charge of it for the past year. So I'll take it as a compliment.
Absolutely. I had so much fun. Everything just felt perfect.
Well, that's excellent to hear from you. Thank you very much. All right. And last but not least, Drac.
Yeah, hi, I'm Drac or Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I stream all over the place in a bunch of different channels, a bunch of different times. So honestly, the best, that's just follow me on Twitter so you can see what I'm up to, because I'm always up to something. My favorite is definitely the smooch. I just loved it. I thought it was very, very cute, very funny, especially just in the moment, like it literally just woke up from near death and was like immediately got a very cute kiss on the cheek. Yeah, and that was great. And also I feel like just gonna throw this in there because I know what the baby's a reference to. So I think Kara just looks at baby one day and just goes, one day when you're older, you're going to run into someone, another Asima named I'm just Avalon, okay? When you do wrestle them, okay? Just wrestle them. I don't know why, just do it, okay?
Secret messages to future baby. I like that. I'm Jordan. Thanks, Drac. I'm Jordan. I'm at Made of Cartoons. I'm the content lead at Hit Point Press, and they're a resident GM when they need one. And I can't pick a favorite moment. I like listing one for every person, but I think I appreciate the callback to the kiss because I threw away that like it's the best place for smooching as a joke, and then you just pulled it all together right at the end, and I really, really, really enjoyed that. And every bumbling move of Hey You Bird definitely gets a big thumbs up from me.
So good.
So that's it for now. We'll be back next week with some more art streams and things, and of course, the Big Bad show broadcast at the end of November. But I want everyone to have a happy Halloween, and we'll see you all soon. All right, go get that candy.